Welcome to Lovington Wildcat football here on Z94 KZOR from high above the blue turf at Brian Urlacher Field. I'm TJ Miracle. Patrolling the sidelines tonight is my partner in crime, Dawn Morgan. Evie Stuber in studio engineering and producing. Welcome to your Stone Oilfield Services pregame show from our great friends at Stone Oilfield Services. Superb and super supporters of all Lovington Wildcat athletics. So homecoming 2022 tonight from the blue turf, as both teams that are playing tonight come in desperate for a win. The Cats are 0-2, a rough early go, and the Santa Teresa Desert Warriors also 0-2. They've had a rough time of it as well. For the Lovington Wildcats, they're just going to be looking to improve tonight in all phases of the game. And, we'll be talking about that as we continue on through the pregame show. And bringing in Dawn Morgan. Dawn, you're here at the start of the game. What's wrong with us?
Yeah, it's nice. I'm not on assignment anywhere else tonight for other teams' football games. So it's good to be here. It's nice to be back at Brian Urlacher Field. You were here last week. But it's a special night tonight. Of course, homecoming brings with it its own vibe, and so that's kind of what is happening here as the crowd continues to gather. The band is now here and in place in the stands. All it seems like 50 different squads of cheerleaders are here all along the track, and people are still coming in and filling the stands. So I think it's going to be a pretty packed house tonight. Seems like a beautiful one for football so far. We have some clouds and maybe even storm clouds, but they're far in the distance, and let's hope they just stay that way at least until the end of the game tonight.
Well, that's certainly what we want to see tonight. About 85 degrees right now, and that breeze out of the southeast. So as we mentioned earlier, the Cats coming in at 0-2, and just did not have a great game last week against the Seminole Indians, and way too many times just couldn't seem to get anything going. Ashton Aranda last week goes 12 of 51 for only 195 yards, 1 touchdown, but more importantly, 4 interceptions. He only got sacked once last week, but he was under intense pressure from the line of Seminole all night long, and too many times just heaving it out there in desperation and winding up in the hands of one of the Seminole Indians. So, and this is going to be important defensively too. They need better offensive and defensive line play if they are going to want to be competitive.
Yeah, definitely. They're going to have to put all aspects of their game together tonight. And, it has been a tough go for them. It's been deliberate, this very tough pre-district schedule. As you know, Coach Gonzalez and his team, his staff really believe in testing their team early and not caring about the win-loss record so much as what kind of building opportunity that tough pre-district schedule can give them to prepare them for districts. So, but let's don't kid ourselves. Every time they step out on the turf, whether it's blue or not, they want to put a win in the column, and they want to come away with the victory, and especially tonight on a homecoming night.
Well, they certainly do, and a lot of work that is going to have to be done. And I'm sure that Coach G and his staff have really worked hard this week. And the running game kind of abandoned the Cats last week. Dallas Cardenas went out hurt early in the third quarter. And as a team collectively, the Cats managing just 69 yards on the ground last week. That's really, since Cardenas came on, during the Artesia game last year, it made the Panthers a much more balanced and dangerous offense. So hopefully he will be back tonight. I didn't hear any talk up here or when we were coming in that he wouldn't be playing tonight, but they're going to need him healthy. Ochoa stepped in and did admirable last week, 26 yards on 12 carries, but it's just not quite the, if they could get Ochoa and Cardenas both in there and going, that could really give them some more time in the offensive side of things. The receivers have got to find a way to get open tonight, to be sure. They have had trouble getting separation against Roswell High and against Seminole. So, hard for Aranda when he's got guys draped all over him and his receivers are covered up, kind of hard for him to make consistent connections.
Yeah, definitely. These guys are going to need every weapon in their arsenal. They're going to need every player they can get at performing at top level tonight because it's really this team has got to put it all together, and they can't afford an off night, and they can't afford to be missing even a player or two. This team really needs each other, and they need everybody. Like I said, every tool in their box, every weapon in the arsenal to be able to come away with a win. And we're going to see what they've got tonight when they put it on the field.
We certainly will. We'll go ahead and take a timeout, come back and continue. This is your Stone Oilfield Services pregame show. Wildcat football continues on Z94 KZOR. Welcome back to the Stone Oilfield Services pregame show as the Lovington Wildcats come out onto the field getting ready for the start of homecoming 2022. At Don Morgan Fieldside, I'm TJ Miracle, high above the blue turf here at Wildcat Stadium. The Cats are 0-2, but they are still ranked the number one team in 4A in the Max Preps poll. There is something to be said for strength of schedule, but and I can't believe I'm getting ready to say this, a district foe in Albuquerque Academy is nipping at their heels at number 2. So the Cats really, really needing a win tonight, at least as far as the rankings go. Santa Teresa 0-2 as well, but they are a top 10 team in 5A. They lost to Mayfield, and I believe in their first 2 games, but still they're a top 10 5A team in here in the state of New Mexico. So Dawn, as we continue on the pregame show, some thoughts, and what do you think? We mentioned earlier the Cats gonna have to come together, need every tool in the box tonight. So can they bring it together?
Yeah, they certainly can. They've got the talents, and they've got some experience. They are not the same team that they were the last couple of years. I mean, they're just not, because they lost a lot of those players and a lot of that experience and some of that talent, some of that leadership. However, they're not the same team as they were the last couple of years. They have some things that those teams didn't have, and it's this year. This is the now, and these guys know they're the present, right? They have got to bring it, and they've got to deliver. So,
well, you're absolutely right, and so we will go ahead and take another timeout for the national anthem. Come back and kick it off. This is Wildcat football on the Stone Oilfield Services pregame show. Kick off in a moment. The pregame hype is over. It is time to play football under the Friday night lights from the blue turf in Lovington, New Mexico. The Lovington Wildcats taking on the Santa Teresa Desert Warriors. With Dawn Morgan Field side, I'm TJ Miracle here at Brian Urlacher Field at Wildcat Stadium. 84 degrees at kickoff time for the visiting Santa Teresa Desert Warriors. They are in the road white tops with the teal pants and black and teal letters and numbers, black helmets with the interlocking ST on the side. For the Lovington Wildcats, they are in the home blues, the all blue unis, white letters and numbers, the white hats with the cats in script on the side. And Lovington won the toss and elected to receive, so it'll be Lovington football first as we get ready to get this one underway. Final thoughts, Dawn Morgan, as we prepare for the kickoff.
Lovington really feeds off success, so the earlier they can get up on the board, they can get points, they get the momentum on their side, the better they're going to perform both offensively and defensively, and the more excited their sideline and engaged it is going to be. So let's hope they can march down the field and get in the end zone as quickly as possible.
Logan Ratliff is the kicker for the Desert Warriors. He'll be kicking from the left to the right. That is the north to the south. So the Cats will be moving right to left. That is south to north. So Ratliff has it teed up at the 40, and he will boom it away. It'll be a short kick. Going to be fielded by Ryan Weiser at the 18. Brings it out to the 20, to the 25. Makes a man miss to the 30. Comes to the sideline, 35. And down at the 40-yard line, but a good return for Weiser. About 22 yards on that return. Good field position. 1st and 10 for the Cats. Weiser getting brought down at the very end by Darryl Froese for Santa Teresa, number 9. And also Andrew Barcelo, number 0. I had to double check, make sure that was a 0, and it was. So it'll be the Cats offense to try and start things off here tonight, game 3 of this 2022 season, but oh no, we had a hold on the return, and that's not how you want to start a ball game. So moving back to the 30-yard line, still okay position though, happened right at the end of the play. So 1st and 10 from the 30, Wildcat football. As we are underway in homecoming 2022, Aranda with split backs in the backfield from the shotgun. Twins left, one right. Send a man in motion, that's Weiser. Hand it off to Ochoa. Gets a little hole on the right side. Drags a couple of Desert Warriors with him across the 45 to the 47-yard line. As Cameron gets, we'll call it 7 yards, and it'll be 2nd down and about 3 to go.
Well, 5, 6, 7 yards at a time, cloud of dust, as they say, and that'll move the chains forward. And if you can't get open running room in front of you, you got to be tough enough to drag them with you.
And that's exactly what Ochoa did. Twins left, twins right from the far hash mark. Deep back is Ochoa. Take the handoff, and Aranda keeps it himself. Goes around the right side, crosses the 40, hurdles a man across the 45, out to near the 46-yard line. It'll be close to a 10-yard gain. Let's see where they mark him. It will be enough for a 1st down, no matter how you look at it. They're going to say he went out shy of the 45, so it'll be an 8-yard gain for Ashton. But move the chains, 1st down, Wildcats.
And you know, I think that's the key tonight. The Wildcats don't need to try to do anything fancy or flashy. They just need to be tough and keep going, move forward.
Barcelo on the stop for the Desert Warriors. Bunch everybody in tight, pitch it near side. Ochoa looking for some room on the left side. Sweep is hitting the backfield, gets away from it, crosses into Desert Warrior territory, and is going to be pushed out of bounds by Jackson Bowron. But he's going to have a 1st down as he is in Santa Teresa territory at the 41-yard line. It'll be a pickup of, let's see, that's 9 and 9 is 18, and move the chains. Ochoa made a man miss, and that was the key to moving the chains for the Cats.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, he found that little seam, so got to have some good blocking. Even just 1 or 2 can really make the difference in making that 1st down.
Twins left, 1 to the right. Tight end in the ball game. Fake the handoff to Weiser. Nope, they'll give it to Ryan, and he goes right up the middle. Just a little rugby move for about 2 yards for Weiser. And so he's going to pick up a couple of yards, a couple of the big boys up front. Stopped by number 77, Alejandro Arellano. Also in on that stop was Miguel Barcenas.
And I like how Lovington is varying their plays so far.
Still haven't attempted a pass. But if you're keeping it on the ground, it's working. I'm not complaining. Now they'll throw it. Aranda back, comes near side, has a man. That'll be complete near side, dumps it out to
Anson Marquez.
Anson Marquez. I was getting there, number 22. He's across the 35 down to the 31-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 6 to Marquez, and it'll bring up a third down and very manageable 1.5 yards, 2 yards. Well, it might be actually close. Yep, and they're going to give him some good forward progress, so making an 8-yard completion and move the chains. First down, Cats. I like that little just out route that didn't give him time to really think too much about it. As Aranda back to pass again. He's going to be flushed. Rolls to the right side. Flag on the play. Ashton just going to tuck it, take it himself, and he'll be near first down yardage. But I think this one is coming back on the hold as given chase, getting through into the backfield. I'm pretty sure that was Enrique Insegura, the 5'9" defensive tackle. And this one will coming back, so wipe out the 10-yard gain. It should be holding on the Wildcats back at the 34-yard line.
Yeah, that flag came out almost immediately, and that's a shame because that was a nice little sweep right, and he got some nice charges dancing along the far side, and unfortunately it's like it never happened.
We talked about it in the pregame show. The line has to hold up. Ashton was on the run way too much last weekend against Roswell as well. So they'll come out facing a first down and 23. That one happened behind the line. Twins left, Twins right. Aranda back to pass. 3-step drop. Dumps it over to the far side. Has a man. That is going to be number 7, Matthew Garcia, and he's going to be pushed out on the far side. Good coverage, but a nice little move. And so pushed out by Leonardo Navarrete. And let's see where he got to. Is all the way up to the 26-yard line. So it'll be a pickup of 18, and it's a much more manageable second down now.
Man, I really like the moves there as Aranda, he rolled out, just immediately rolled and threw without really thinking and just had the target right there. I like that. It was quick, and it was successful.
2nd and 5, send a man in motion. That's Weiser. As the pressure is going to come to Aranda, he's going to throw off the back foot and just has to throw it away. Very close to nobody in the neighborhood. And we've seen that too many times. He gets under pressure and just has to dump it out. And a lot of times, nobody there. The pressure coming through again by Insegura. They've got to find a way to put a hat on him and slow him down a little bit. Too much pressure on Aranda here early.
Yeah, and I think that they need to maybe vary up. They've shown that they can run the ball and get first downs. They can move the chains. So I think they need to go back and forth and not be so predictable and get into that all-air game.
Important 3rd down and 5. Santa Teresa shows blitz. Aranda going to change the play at the line. Calls the audible. Doesn't change the formation. Low snap, Aranda handles it. Looking left, still looking, good protection. Just going to have to tuck it, tosses it, and right into the hands of a Santa Teresa defender, but not able to hold on to it. Almost disastrous as Leonardo Navarrete, that was almost a huge disaster for the Cats. And again, Aranda just rushing the throw and throwing it to the other team. He's got to be a little more cognizant of who's in the neighborhood.
That's right. I mean, he had a lot of time. He was back in position, ready to throw, but was just not looking and finding, at least, any eligible receivers. So he waited a long time to get rid of that ball.
Well, G means go, and it'll be go time on 4th down and 5, deep in Santa Teresa territory from the Warrior 26-yard line. Aranda from the shotgun as always. High snap, fakes the handoff, and we're going to have movement all over the place as Aranda running for his life, as jumping in on that one was Heston DeTavis. Unfortunately, gets blown dead. Normally when they do that, we'll see for sure what the call is, and it'll be false start on the Wildcats. So move them backwards, and we'll try it again at 4th and 11. 3 penalties on this opening drive for 25 yards has definitely hurt the Cats.
But they've had the possession of the football for quite a while now. I mean, they definitely have had time with their offense on the field. They just need to try to punch it into the end zone, kind of continue to move down, get past these penalties and move further.
4th down and a short 11, a long 10. Trips to the left side. Single back in the backfield from the far hash. Aranda, 3-step drop, good protection. Now it's going to break down. He's going to be forced to roll to the right. Sets his feet, slips down, goes to the end zone, and Weiser fights for it, but it is batted away at the last minute, incomplete, and it'll go over on downs to the Warriors of Santa Teresa. So Lovington gets down in Santa Teresa territory, but it breaks down. There'll be a penalty on the play. It'll be a holding, but it'll be waved off. And, yeah, Santa Teresa will wave it off all the time because they get possession. It'll be 1st and 10 now for the Desert Warriors.
Well, now Lovington's defense steps up, and they have to step up and see if they can hold this team, hold the Warriors, and maybe force it back over on downs or maybe force a turnover.
Yeah, you'd like to force a turnover. This defense can be a bit of a ball-hawking defense when it wants to be. So Santa Teresa going to come out. I'm trying to catch the number of their quarterback. We'll get it here for you momentarily. It'll be a 3-receiver set for Santa Teresa from their own. High snap, it's handed off, and a big bowling ball right up the middle. The big running back, number 1, that is Angel Hernandez, just bowls forward for about 8 yards.
Under center for Santa Teresa is Jack Bumgardner, number 3.
So 3 Bumgardner, okay. I couldn't tell if it was a 3 or an 8 from up here, so Bumgardner is the quarterback. Hernandez is the running back. They'll line up at 2nd down and about 2.5 to go. Bumgardner takes it, going to hand it off to Hernandez. Brings it right, then takes it back up the middle. Is just going to bowl his way forward to the 45-yard line before the Cats can get a hat on him. And Valente Herrera on the stop, but he'll move it all the way up past the 45 to the 46. It's a 7-yard gain, and it'll move the chains for Santa Teresa.
And now the Warriors are starting off just like the Wildcats did at the beginning of their offensive drive, running the ball and getting first downs.
From the 46-yard line, 1st down and 10. Santa Teresa going to split out, trips to the left, 1 to the right in the middle of the field. Bumgardner from the shotgun, hands it off, and nope, going to keep it himself right up the middle. There is a flag on the play. Bumgardner, 1 man to beat. He is heading to the corner of the end zone, and he'll be in, but I think this one is coming back. That should be a holding right back about midfield. Santa Teresa celebrating on the sideline like they just won the Super Bowl, but they got a hold on him. I'm thinking this one's coming back.
Yeah, let's hope that that's my inclination looking at how that play developed as well. So let's hope we are right, and it's against the Warriors.
So Lovington's walking back like they think it's going to be against Santa Teresa, and the official going to go over and talk to Santa Teresa. Normally, if that happens, that may be a touchdown. It'll be defensive holding, and it'll be a touchdown. So Bumgardner takes it 56 yards to the house for the touchdown and a hold. That was a bad call for the Cats. And the fans are not happy about it. So
I think stunned is kind of is a better word. I think everybody's just a little rattled about that, thinking, wow.
Point after to come, and the kick is up, and it will find its way through. So with 8:32 remaining in the first quarter, it's Santa Teresa 7, Lovington yet to get on the board. This is Wildcat Football on Z94 KZOR. Thank you. Lee. Okay.
Ten. 5, 3, 2, 1, go.
A 56-yard quarterback keeper for Jack Bumgardner, and the point after is good, and the Santa Teresa Desert Warriors take advantage of an over on downs and take it to the house. The holding penalty on the touchdown is assessed on the kickoff, and so Ratliff will put it right at the 50 to kick it away. This is going to be danger zone territory. You might think about an onside kick if you're Coach Shea Vieira. And we'll see what he thinks as Ratliff will come up on it, and he will just kick it away, and that one is going to go out of the back of the end zone, so it'll be 1st and 10 for the Cats at their own 20-yard line. With Don Morgan on the sidelines, I'm TJ Miracle. Great to have you with us tonight here on Z94KZOR, the Z94KZOR app. Of course, we've got the Alexa skill for Z94KZOR. Also, of course, streaming worldwide in video, in live and in color, as they used to say, on the Lovington Sports YouTube channel. Please subscribe, and also the Lovington tab at HobbsAmerica.com. So the Cats 1st and 10 from the 20. Going to look to try and get something going here. They started off in a pretty good way, but then stalled out once they got into Desert Warrior territory. 4 receivers set. Hand it off to Ochoa. Nope, as Aranda going to keep it himself, but he's going to be slung down behind the line. Lovington wanting a penalty on that, but Heston DeTavis gets him behind the line on the design keeper. It'll be a loss of 2, 2nd and 12. So DeTavis, I would say DeTavis, but I'll go with what Chief Bridgeforth says. 2nd down and 12. Cats hurrying back to the line. 8 minutes remaining here in the first quarter. Lovington trails by a touchdown. Twins left, Twins right. Aranda 3-step drop, good protection. Steps up, wings it down, wants Weiser, and that one is almost picked off as overthrowing him, and Barcelou, the only one who could have gotten that one, and it comes off of his fingertips. 3rd down and 12 now. The Cats just kind of sputtering right now on the O.
Right, but some really good pass coverage downfield by Ryan Weiser on that, and it was clean coverage. So Lovington kind of dodged a bullet with that one. Nobody else was downfield except Weiser. If that had been caught, I think, he would have had open field in front of him.
So it'll bring up a 3rd down and 12. You've got to think pass situation. Twins left, they're stacked up, one to the right. Good snap, Aranda with it. Blitz comes. Aranda going to roll near side, under pressure, sets up, fires, goes down, puts up a duck in the middle of the field, and that one is almost picked off as Barcelou again almost getting it. The intended target was Matthew Garcia, but another bullet dodged, but it's 4th down now, and the Cats are going to have to punt it away.
Oh, man, the Wildcats have just had trouble finishing, to use Coach Gonzalez's off-use word. They've started well, and they'll get to the middle of an offensive drive, and they've just had trouble finishing and finding the end zone this year.
On to punt it away will be number 52, Brennan Garcia. The big boy has got a big leg, too. One man back deep, high snap. Brennan handles it, gets it away. It is a high spinner. It'll be fielded at the 45 by Barcelou, but he called for the fair catch
and then
at the 45.
Then he called for the fair catch, but then got up and started running with it. So I think you have to do one or the other.
Yeah, and a lot of times they'll call a penalty on that. They choose not to this time, so it'll be 1st and 10 as Santa Teresa gets it back, as Lovington only took 27 seconds off the clock on that drive.
Wow.
1st and 10 from the Warrior 45.
Of course, they had it for a long time on that first offensive drive. Again, got down the field, got close, but could not finish. Now, Lovington defense has got to find a way to stop the Warriors, especially their running game.
Gardner will be in the shotgun. Hernandez back with him. They'll flip it near side on a little wide receiver screen, and that'll be complete to number 12. That is Ratliff. And he's going to pick up 6. Garcia brings him down. 2nd down and 4. 2nd and 4 inside Lovington territory. To the Wildcat 48-yard line. Clock moves with 7:12 remaining in the first quarter. Santa Teresa trying to build on a 7-0 lead. Trips right, one to the left. Hernandez is the lone back with Bumgardner. Bumgardner, high snap. He'll hand it off. Hernandez starts it left and just bowls in. He'll have the 1st down at the 45, but a flag comes out. So I'm thinking maybe are we gonna have another defensive hold? You've got to be kidding me.
Wow.
As the side judge indicated holding, but he pointed at Lovington.
Valente Herrera was the guy who got in there first and brought the Warrior down.
Wow, and it will be holding on the Cats. So Hernandez gets 4 yards for the 1st down, and then tack 10 more onto it. Lovington has just got to settle down. You cannot keep giving them free yardage. Already 5 penalties, 45 yards against the Wildcats.
Yeah, and these Warriors are taking enough yardage on their own. You don't want to cough up even more. Just hand it over to them.
It'll be 1st and 10 from the Wildcat 35. Trips left side this time. Bumgardner, good snap, handed off to Hernandez. He's going to go right up the middle. He is met and driven backwards after a gain of about 2. Nice job clogging up the middle there for the Wildcats. A couple of cats on the stop, including Jaden Bosquez. And noticed Ezekiel Guzman also in there. Had another penalty and another defensive hold on the Cats. Wow. So give them an automatic first down from the spot of the foul. Wow, 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 wow.
You know, might not be a bad idea to take a timeout and try to figure out, what's going on and try to stop the Santa Teresa momentum.
Lovington shows blitz, and it'll be a wide receiver screen near side. It'll be complete, and immediately to number 32. The ball comes out, and it's a mad scramble for it and a fight for it, but Santa Teresa will come back up with the football as that was complete to number 32, Navarrete. So Navarrete gets it. It'll be a 2-yard completion, 2nd down and 8. Lovington trying to force the fumble. Got it out, but Navarrete managed to get it back. Trips left, 1 to the right. Santa Teresa on the move, 2nd and 8. They lead by 7. 5:45 to go. Fake the handoff, keeping himself Baumgartner. He takes it up the middle. He's got a seam, and he will take it all the way in, 23 yards for the touchdown. He's got 2 runs, 2 touchdowns, and 79 yards in the books, and 13-0. Santa Teresa looks like they are intent on ruining homecoming tonight here, Dawn Morgan.
Yeah, Lovington's, it's not too late to, to fix this and to kind of seal things off and try to stop the bleeding here, but they've got to do it immediately. They've got to do it soon. They've got to fix it.
Going to have to answer on this play as Ratliff will come on for the extra point out of the hold of Angel Hernandez. But it looks like that Santa Teresa's game plan is just bang, 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 and then all of a sudden run the big play. And the kick by Ratliff is up, and it is good. 5:35 remaining in the first quarter. It's Santa Teresa 14. Lovington yet to get on the board. This is Wildcat football on Z94 KZOR. A 23-yard quarterback keeper for Jack Baumgartner. The point after is good, and now it's 14-0 in favor of Santa Teresa. Back here at Wildcat Stadium, Ratliff will kick it off. A high end-over-ender fielded by Weiser back at the 15. Brings it out to the 20, to the 25, gets a block to the 35, to the 40. Stiff arms, tries to cut it back in, is drugged down by the face mask after he crosses the 45 to the 47-yard line. Nice return by Ryan Weiser. Just a quick note, the score bug apparently is frozen at 0-0. While our score on the scoreboard says 14-0. Weiser with a great return. On Morgan Field side, I'm TJ Miracle. Thanks for tuning in tonight. Lovington with 5:24 remaining in the first quarter with some work to do. Third offensive possession of the ball game. See if they can take advantage of a good Weiser return. 1st and 10 from the Wildcat 47-yard line. They're going to bunch 3 tight ends on the right side, single back. And they will toss it to that back. That's Ochoa on the sweep, is hit in the backfield and dropped. Instantly coming through. No room to run is Angel Hernandez. And Kamen is dropped for a 3-yard loss. Ochoa, 3 carries for 22 yards, and it's 2nd down and about 12 and a half, 13. Hernandez just got a good jump on the count there. So now Lovington going to go empty set in the backfield. 5 receivers. Trips left, 2 to the right from the far hash mark. Good snap. Aranda with it. Keeps it himself. Goes over the right side. And he's going to get all the yards that they lost a minute ago back and a couple of more before he is slung down. WWE worthy move for Wyatt Sanchez, the defensive tackle. But it'll be a pickup of, call it 6. 3rd and about 6.5. Aranda 3 carries. Cats have it right at midfield. Clock moves at 4:20 in the first quarter. 14-0. Santa Teresa leads. Twins left, Twins right. High snap, Aranda handles it. Steps up in the pocket, tosses it, but a little miscommunication as he threw it to the sideline. Garcia was curling to spark something.
Yeah, I think maybe you do that. You've got a little trickeration, and Lovington's been known to kind of wink and throw a slide play in there like that.
No trick here. They're just going to come out, line up, and go for it. Trips right, Twins to the left. Empty set in the backfield. Aranda from the shotgun. Looks like he changed the play at the line. Good snap, and he'll just quick kick it as it is high end over in. Lovington going to try and down that one before it gets to the end zone. They will not get there in time, so it's a 50-yard punt, 30-yard net. The ball will come back out to the 20-yard line, and that's where Santa Teresa will take over with their 3rd offensive possession of the game. Lovington Wildcat football, big thanks to our friends at Stone Oil Field Services, Man Welding, Lee County Electric Cooperative, Bob's Thriftway, Eunice Pump and Supply, Lovington Schools, Lovington Auto Supply, and Devon Energy, making Wildcat football possible here on Z94 KZOR and on the Lovington Sports YouTube channel. Hey, tell your friends and family about the Lovington Sports YouTube channel. Get them to subscribe. And once we get to 1,000 subscribers, somebody gets $100 of my money. It's not coming out of the company. It's not coming from the sponsors. It's coming from me. So take my money, please.
So now is the time.
Or else I'll have to give it to Dawn. So.
Yeah, well, I'd rather see somebody else get it, believe it or not. I really would, because I want those subscribers for us. This is the time for Lovington's D to really come alive and maybe force a turnover now that they, are very close to their own end zone. This would actually, if they forced a turnover here and didn't just run it in for a touchdown, they would have better field position that they've managed on any offensive drive so far in the game.
So let's see if the defense can spark them. There have been some bright spots on defense in the early going. Of course, defense and special teams got them the first touchdown of the season on the opening possession in Roswell a couple of weeks ago. So from the 20-yard line, 1st down and 10, Santa Teresa football. Lovington going to put 4 men on the front. Couple of linebackers in the ballgame. Single receiver to the right side, hand it to Hernandez, gets a good block left side. He's across the 25 to the 30, 35 to the 40, 45 to the 50, to the 40, and down to the 35-yard line inside Wildcat territory. Almost a horse collar, but going to miss out on that one. So there's 30, 40, 45 yards for Hernandez, and it'll be a 1st down, the 5th of the game for Santa Teresa.
Yeah, I was about to say that about the horse collar. I think what saved him is the yank on the jersey actually happened a little lower, and it pulled it down from the neck. But I think, he didn't target around the neck, otherwise it would have been a call.
So Santa Teresa on the march again, 1st and 10 now from the Wildcat 35. They're going to bunch everybody in tight. Hernandez is the lone back with Baumgartner. Baumgartner gets the snap, hands it to Hernandez again, and he's just going to bowl over the left tackle, get about a yard before Lovington collapses in on him. Leading the charge again, Valente Herrera. 1-yard gain is all that time for Hernandez, 2nd and 9.
That's great, but the Lovington D has got to make those stops consistently, and they've given up a lot of points in a couple of games so far this season, and they could really repair their reputation right here, starting right now in this game.
Brennan Garcia also in on the stop. 2nd down and 9. Santa Teresa trying to add to a 2-touchdown lead with 2:40 remaining. Here in the 3rd, fake the handoff. Baumgartner keeps it himself, goes left side, cuts it towards the sideline, and he'll step out across the 25-yard line, right at the 25. It'll be a pickup of 9, and that'll be another 1st down for Santa Teresa. 3 carries, 88 yards for Jack Baumgartner, the quarterback for these Warriors. Desert Warriors, to be exact.
And, of course, they're really – it's kind of a two-man show so far, Baumgartner and his favorite running back.
So it'll be 1st down and 10 for Santa Teresa from the Wildcat 25-yard line. Spread them out, trips to the right side. From the shotgun, Baumgartner Hands it off on the counter tray to Hernandez. Gets away from the first tackle. Then going to be inside the 20, down to the 19-yard line. It'll be a 6-yard gain for Hernandez. They're just going to keep running that same play, Dawn.
Well, you know, they've been successful moving the chains forward, so no reason to change it now from their perspective. But Lovington D has got to figure things out a little earlier and really try to stop the first down train into the end zone.
So 2nd down and 4 inside the Lovington red zone now. Hernandez on the left shoulder. Bumgarner loses it. It is on the turf, and the Wildcats have got it back. They needed a break, and they got it. A bad snap, and it slipped out of the hands. And coming up with it for your Lovington Wildcats, Anthony Gomez gets the fumble recovery, and the Cats needed a break, and maybe they just got it.
Yep, and they made their own luck here. So got to give it up for the Lovington D in shaking that football loose. Now let's see what the O can do with it.
So now maybe that's the spark the Wildcats needed. 1st and 10 for the Cats from their own 21-yard line. They trail 14-0, 2:25 remaining here in the first. Trips to the left, one to the right. Ochoa in the backfield with Aranda. Good snap, Ashton with it. Good protection. Now it breaks down, throws it near side, and can't skip it in to Ochoa. Incomplete, and it'll be 2nd down and 10. Aranda has misfired on his last 7 attempts. He is just 2 for 9 for 26 yards.
Yeah, and at some point you either got to just get back to your running game, or that's right. You've got to look at that and then do something about that if you're, coordinating the offense.
So it'll be 2nd down and 10. Clock stops with 2:20 remaining. Lovington splitting trips left, one to the right. Aranda surveys the defense. Santa Teresa shows blitz. Good snap, Ashton with it. They pick it up. He steps up, fires it over to the far side, and that one is going to be complete.
Yep.
Did he get that to Ochoa? Is that 24?
I think was it 10? Was it Sanchez?
Let me see if he'll turn around and I can catch the number.
Yeah, I couldn't see it either. He was over there. When they're over there on the far line, it's hard.
And nope. They was to Anson Marquez, 22, but they're going to say it skipped in on the turf, incomplete. And so now it'll be 3rd down and 10. I thought they originally signaled that he got it.
Yeah, it looked like it, but I guess they're saying it hit the turf first. I didn't see that from this. Looked like it was clean completion.
Initially it looked like the side judge on the far side had said it was complete. So an important 3rd down and 10. Lovington's offense sputtering. Aranda with it, throws it near side and in and out of the hands of his intended receiver, trying to get it into the hands of Elijah Rivero, but it'll be incomplete. And so the Cats can't move the turnover and will have to punt it away as they go 3 and out. So Andrew Barcelo will be back deep to receive for the Desert Warriors, and they didn't take a whole lot of time off the clock either.
I have noticed that in these situations in this game now that, the call has been not to go for it, but to go ahead and punt it away.
So Brennan Garcia on to do the punting. Barcelo back deep to receive. Brennan waits for the snap. Gets it, good snap. He'll get it away. A little bit of pressure. Gets a boomer off. Barcelo fielded back at the 40. Gets away from initial contact to the 50, to the 45, and a shoestring tackle at the 43-yard line, as that was Ochoa who comes in and gets the shoestring, and cleaning him up was Marcus Henderson. So 24 and 74 teaming up for the stop on that one. And Santa Teresa will take it back over 1:53 to go in the first. They lead by 2 touchdowns. Joshua Carrasco also in on the stop officially. 1st and 10 from the Wildcat 41. Santa Teresa football trying to ruin homecoming here tonight. So 1st down and 10. Twins to the left, twins to the right. Hernandez in the backfield with Bumgardner. Take the handoff. Bumgardner keeps it himself. He is going to be hit at the line. He'll get about a yard, no more than that. As coming up from his linebacker position was Carrasco again, and he gets the stop on the elusive quarterback. They make that 5 carries, 90 yards now for Bumgardner, and it's 2nd down and 9. Clock continues to move, 90 seconds remaining, first quarter. Here at Wildcat Stadium, homecoming 2022. Santa Teresa trying to ruin the night for the Wildcats. Great crowd on hand tonight. A few folks making the drive up from Santa Teresa. Good snap. And it'll be a fake handoff and then pass down and in and out of the hands of the intended target on the far sideline. That was Marcel Rios, the senior 6'1 receiver. Good coverage by Marquez. Down the field, it's incomplete, and so it'll be 3rd down and 9. First incompletion of the night for Baumgartner.
Good coverage by Gonzalez down there. He went step for step with him and really offered some clean pass coverage there.
So 3rd down and 9 from the 40-yard line. Santa Teresa going to spread them out. Baumgartner from the shotgun. Looks like he's got a different running back in the ball game with him. He does. He'll fake the handoff, come near side, and that one is going to be in and out of the hands and popped up. That one had "intercept me" written all over it as it comes off of the hands of Navarrete a little bit high. So it'll be 4th down and 9 for Santa Teresa.
Yeah, Matt Garcia was right there, and maybe half a step more, he would have been able to reach out and grab that ball. As it was, Lovington dodged a bullet. At least it wasn't completed.
And Santa Teresa going to bring the punt team out. They're going to use a very interesting punt formation. Just 3 men on the line, and they're going to line 5 wide receivers up. Look for Christian Torres to maybe fake it, and Santa Teresa decides they're going to take a timeout and discuss it. So 1:02 remaining here in the first quarter. It is Lovington trailing Santa Teresa 14-0. Back in a minute on KZOR. Here at Wildcat Stadium out of the timeout, and Santa Teresa going to have to punt it away, and they'll get it, and the punt will be a high end-over-ender, and it'll bounce at the 15, take a little bit of a Santa Teresa bounce down to about the 10, and they'll walk it back to the 9-yard line where the Desert Warriors will down it and pin Lovington deep in their own territory. 1st and 10 from the 9-yard line. With Dawn Morgan, I'm TJ Miracle. Thanks for being with us tonight here at Wildcat Stadium.
Lovington is pinned way back with a big field in front of them, only 48 seconds on the clock to try to put a score on the board before halftime.
Well, just the first quarter. It's not halftime
first
yet.
Quarter. I'm sorry. I said half, but I mean second quarter.
So it'll be 1st down and 10. I know sometimes it feels a little bit longer than that.
No, thinking one thing, saying another.
Aranda sends a man in motion. That's Weiser, and he will hand it off. And a nice little counter tray up the middle. Cameron Ochoa is across the 15 out to about the 16-yard line. So it'll be a pickup of 7 for Ochoa. 2nd down and 3. Navarrete on the stop. Ochoa, 4 carries, 29 yards. He's been pretty effective when he's had an opportunity to. Lovington does not have to run another play in the quarter if they don't want to, but it looks like they're going to bring it up to the line. Twins to the right, 1 to the left. Send a man in motion, that's Weiser. Hand it off to Ochoa again, gets a good block across the 20, come near side, 25 to the 30, 35 to the 40. One man to beat and bumped out at the 45-yard line as Breslow knocks him out at the 47-yard line. But a huge gain, 30 yards for Ochoa, and move the chains. 1st down, Cats.
Yeah, nice 1st down. It was a great run, and if it weren't for Barcelo, number 0 of the Warriors, that would have been an end zone dance for Lovington.
So 1st down and 10 for the Wildcats, as now they're out of the shadow of their own goalpost and near midfield.
Now it feels like they got the rolling. They got some momentum. They just need to finish.
1st down and 10, Twins left, Twins right. High snap, Aranda handles it, going to keep it himself. Takes it to the right side. He's going to be chased. Crosses, stiff arms a man, across the 45, and we will have a flag on the play, and something tells me we're going to have a face mask. Because Ochoa, or rather Aranda, got that hand a little bit high and into the grill, I think, of the man chasing him. 8-yard pickup if it stands, but I don't think it's going to. But we'll see what the call is going to be for sure. Well, they're pointing towards Santa Teresa, so this one may get to stand. It'll either be a 9-yard gain or no gain or 9 yards and then tack stuff onto the end of it as the quarter has expired. So we'll figure out what's going on with the penalty in 1 minute. Wildcats trail about 14-0. This is Wildcat football. Welcome back, and well, we've got one more play in the first quarter as it was a 10-yard penalty against Lovington, and so we will have one more down in the first quarter of play as another holding penalty on the Wildcats. So it goes from the end of the play, and so Aranda will still get his 9 yards, but now we'll play one more down at first down and 11. Then we will have our second quarter. So from the shotgun, first down and 11. Send a man in motion left to right. That's Weiser. Hand it off to Ochoa. Gets a good block. He is going to cross the 50 before he is met and driven backwards. A 3-yard gain as Angel Hernandez will hit him. So 3 yards for Ochoa. And so that will be the end of the first quarter. Our score is Santa Teresa 14. Lovington trying to get on the board. Now we'll be back in a minute on Z94 KZOR. For the start of the second quarter, Lovington facing a second down and 7. Great to have you with us on Homecoming 2022 going into the Labor Day weekend. Cats will come up to the line. They're inside Santa Teresa territory at the 49-yard line. Twins left, twins right. Deep back is Ochoa. Fake the handoff to Ochoa. Randa going to come near side. Gets a block across the 45 and is going to be upended at the 42-yard line as he got taken off of the wheels by number 52, Daniel Porras. He's going to be close to the first down, but just a little bit short. It'll be a pickup of 6 for Aranda, 5 carries for Ashton, 27 yards, and now it is third down and 1. Just underway, second quarter. Don Morgan patrolling field side. I'm TJ Miracle from high above the blue turf of Brian Urlacher Field at Wildcat Stadium. Evie Stuber in studio engineering and producing. Twins left, twins right. Third down and 1. Lovington trying to get the offense moving. Aranda fakes the handoff, and I think a mistake there as he's hit in the backfield and dropped back inside the 50 at the 48-yard line as Hernandez gets in and will drop him down. It'll be a sack. I think he meant to hand that one off, and it just didn't quite work.
Yeah, I think so, too. It looked like a blown play to me somehow. Just don't know what the intention was, but, yeah, it did. It had blown play feel all over that.
Yeah, it's like he was going to hand it off to Ochoa, but Ochoa was moving and didn't ever grasp the ball, and Ashton just had to take it around to the left side. That'll be the first sack of the ball game for either squad, and it is fourth down and 10 and punt time for the Wildcats. So Garcia on to kick it away, and the Cats get to midfield and stall out once again. Good snap. Santa Teresa comes after it. They might have gotten a piece of that one. Brennan still boots it through. Takes a good Wildcat bounce inside the 20. Still rolling at the 15 to the 14 to the 13. And that's where Garcia will down it. And so they pin Santa Teresa back, but the offense just not able to get anything happening tonight.
Not consistently, you know. They'll stop and start, and they've had real trouble, you know, finishing, as Coach G likes to say.
So back at the 13-yard line, 1st and 10, Santa Teresa will take over with a 2-score lead. As Lovington has just been all out of sorts all game long. So 1st down and 10 for the Desert Warriors from their own 13. Send trips to the right side and 1 down to the left. Bumgardner is the quarterback. Hernandez is the running back. Bumgardner gets it, hands it to Hernandez, starts it to the left, brings it back to the right, spin move, across the 20 out to about the 22, 23-yard line. Takes a couple of cats with him. He's going to be close to 1st down yardage. Brennan Garcia was hanging on for the ride, and it will be 10 yards exactly and move the chains. Another 1st down for Santa Teresa. 8 carries, 83 yards for Hernandez. 1st and 10 at the 23-yard line. Twins left, twins right. Although averaging over 10 yards a carry between the running backs, I'm not sure why they'd ever put it in the air. They will this time. Bumgardner pressured, steps up, is hit from behind, and he's going to get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more. But nice job, Brennan Garcia again coming through and getting the hit on him, so no sack because he got back to the line, and so it'll be 2nd down and 10. But Garcia picking it up in a big way these last couple of plays.
Yeah, definitely coming through. A lot more energy off of that defensive line.
So 2nd down and 10 for the Desert Warriors. The Cats going to put 3 men on the front. Garcia is right in the middle. Couple of linebackers. Now they're going to cheat up. They're going to show blitz. Bumgardner with it. Fakes the handoff, keeps it himself. Bounces to the outside, running backwards under pressure, and he's going to be hit, and that will be a sack this time back at the 20-yard line. He's going to lose 3 yards, but we got flags flying everywhere, and we're going to have some extracurriculars going on. And that's normally going to be, I don't know, it could be on Santa Teresa, but more than likely it's going to be a late hit on Lovington. Waiting on the referee to signal it up. He's talking to Santa Teresa.
Unsportsmanlike.
Yeah, I'm thinking it is going to be unsportsmanlike. And Lovington is moving out. We still haven't gotten the call, and it will be, it will be unsportsmanlike conduct on the Wildcats. And so even though they get the sack, it'll be a 15-yard penalty and an automatic 1st down. 7 penalties, 80 yards against the Wildcats.
That's a costly one.
8 penalties, 80 yards on the Wildcats. So 1st and 10, move it up to the 38-yard line. Santa Teresa taking advantage of it. Back to pass. Bumgardner throws it down the far sideline, has a man, and just overthrows Navarrete, his intended target. He got behind his defender over there, and trying to catch up was Anthony Gomez. But if he gets that one into Navarrete's hands, he is gone. So Lovington dodging the bullet.
Whoosh.
Incomplete, and so it'll be 2nd down and 10 from the Santa Teresa 38-yard line. 8:35 remaining first half, 14-0. The Desert Warriors over our Wildcats. Santa Teresa going to stack trips to the right side, put a man down to the left from the far hash mark. Lovington shows blitz, hand it off. New running back in the ball game, just goes right into the teeth of the line, gets right back to the line. But no more than that. That is number 8, Diego Arellano. So Arellano is going to get no gain on the play, and so it'll be 3rd down and 10. And they're going to give him forward progress of about a half yard, so 3rd and a long 9 from the 39. So 1 yard officially for Arellano. So 3rd down and 9. This is where they're dangerous. Lovington can't get suckered into leaving a big hole up the middle for Bumgardner. Lovington looks like they're going to blitz him. Fake the handoff. Bumgardner to throw. Goes down the far sideline looking for Navarrete. And, yep, we're going to have flags all over the place as Gomez reached down and just ripped down Navarrete before the ball ever got there. And 15 yards on the pass interference. And so move it up 15. And that's a big, big penalty for the Cats. And actually, no, that's a spot foul, I think.
Coming off of the heels of the unsportsmanlike, which is a 15-yarder.
I can't
automatic first down.
I can't remember if it's a 15-yarder for in high
Now
school.
it's coming back. Now they're coming back.
As they call defensive pass interference. And it will be
Wow.
pass interference on Lovington. So, yeah, they're going to march it off. It isn't
Okay.
a spot foul. It is 15 yards from the original line of scrimmage. So, all right, I thought that's what it was, but I wasn't positive. Now I am. So that'll move it inside Lovington territory. So 2 15-yard penalties have kept a drive alive here for Santa Teresa. They already lead by 2 scores. Move it to the Lovington 46-yard line. The Cats back
I'll tell you,
on their
that number
heels a little bit.
77 is one big guy on the Warriors.
Number 77, Andre Ariano.
Man,
Trips to the right side, single man to the left. From the shotgun, fake the handoff. Bumgarner keeps it himself, and he is hit, and he is dropped immediately. Gomez shoots the gap and wrapping him up. Brennan Garcia is going to get the sack. It's a 5-yard loss. Second down and 15. Garcia has come up big.
wow, he has really been very instrumental on some good plays during the last couple of appearances for the defense on the field here.
So a 4-yard sack officially puts the ball back at the midfield stripe. So that'll make it second down and 14 for Santa Teresa. Lovington's D trying to hold up. They're going to come in, show blitz. High snap, it's handled. Bumgarner rolls to the right, tosses off of his back foot. He wants Navarrete, has him at the 10-yard line, but just out of his reach. Pretty good coverage down the field by Matthew Garcia. Navarrete is down, incomplete, and he's slow to get up, but he is going to make it up under his own power. Good coverage by Garcia. He was on him tight.
Yeah, definitely. Also downfield was Anson Marcus.
So it'll be third down and 14 now for the Desert Warriors right at midfield. 6:53 remaining here in the first half of play. They lead this one 14-0. I have a feeling we're going to have a lot to talk about in the Stonewolf, or rather in the Bob's Thriftway coaches conversation going into half, and then in your Lovington Auto Supply Napa Know-How halftime show. So third down and 14, the Desert Warriors trying to keep a drive alive. Lovington shows blitz, and they jumped. I'm not sure, though. They may have gotten pulled. Somebody might have gotten a little antsy, but nope, it'll be offsides on Lovington. So another penalty bites the Cats. 100 penalty yards, and we are not even halfway through the second quarter. That is the 10th penalty for 100 yards on the Cats, and goes from 3rd and 14 to 3rd and 9. Back in Wildcat territory at the 45, and another flag gonna fly. This one coming in from the back judge. Lovington, they're pointing Lovington must have said something where an official could hear them, because everybody was huddled up, and so somebody probably said something about a zebra. And probably unsportsmanlike conduct call, I'm going to guess. And let's see for sure, and it will be unsportsmanlike conduct on the Cats. And so another 15-yarders and the third free first down via penalty on this drive for Santa Teresa.
Wow, and I noticed
Lovington is reloading the 6-gun to put it in their other foot now.
And one of the refs came over and explained this, talked with Coach G.
So from the 30-yard line, Santa Teresa going to take every gift Lovington going to give them. Bumgarner from the shotgun, handed off to Hernandez. He's right up the middle, tripped up at the 20, but somehow keeps his feet. 10-5, and another Santa Teresa touchdown. This one to Hernandez, 30 yards to the house. His first touchdown of the night, but it puts him over the century mark. He has 113 rushing yards on just 9 carries, and now it is 20-0. Ouch, ouch, ouch. And I'm not talking about my headset's earpieces digging into my ears, which they kind of are. I don't have this thing broke in yet. Ratliff on to do the kicking duties out of the hold of Barcelo. Good snap, good hold. The Cats come after it, but don't get to it as it will split the uprights good. So with 6:44 remaining here in the first half of play, Santa Teresa 21, Lovington nothing. This is Wildcat football on Z94 KZOR Hobbs Lovington. A 30-yard touchdown scamper from Angel Hernandez, and the point after is good. And Santa Teresa trying to take it to the Wildcats on homecoming night 2022. They lead 21-0. With Dawn Morgan, I'm TJ Miracle as Ratliff will have it teed up at the 40. Lovington gifting Santa Teresa in that drive 45 yards in penalties. And the kickoff, it'll be a short one as Weiser will go over, try to pick it off the turf. He touches it, is going to have to get it back at the 15. Comes near side, little stutter step, gets some room to the 20, 25 to the 30, 35. He's up to the 40-yard line and out to the 45 to the 46. And he supermans out before a touchdown-saving tackle by Hector Reyes. But Ryan Weiser has come to play tonight, Dawn Morgan. With Dawn Morgan field side, I'm TJ Miracle. Great to have you with us. So 1st and 10 from the 46-yard line.
Yeah, that brought everybody to life. A little spark right there. Now, Lovington needs to ride that. They have got to move the chains forward. They have got to launch a successful offensive drive here, I think, if they expect to ignite a comeback.
So it'll be 1st and 10 from the Wildcat 46-yard line. They trail by 3 touchdowns. Aranda from the shotgun. Low snap, gets it, hands it off to Ochoa. Cameron will take it over near the 50-yard line before he is brought down by Navarrete and Hernandez tag teaming on him. It'll be a pickup of 3. He's got 65 yards on 7 carries. He is doing his job tonight. Well, 2nd down and 7 as we click down towards the halfway mark of this second quarter. Going to split out a single man wide to the right. That is Marquez. Twins to the left. Keep a tight end in the ball game. Hand it off to Ochoa again, and he is hit in the backfield, and a big shoulder tackle by Jackson Bowron, and he's going to come down behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of 1 on the play.
Yeah, he kind of got sandwiched smashed there between 2 big warriors, and wow, that had to hurt.
Also Wyatt Sanchez on the stop, but it was the big shoulder tackle basically by Bowron that I saw from up here. So he loses a yard, and that'll make it 3rd down and 8 for the Cats. Trying not to stall out around midfield again. Twins to the left, single receiver to the right. 3-step drop for Aranda. Steps up in the pocket, goes left side, and that one is going to be almost picked off as he led the receiver a little too far. Thompson, his intended target over there, and laying out and knocking it away is Christian Torres. And so now it is 4th down and 8. It has been Aranda has not connected in 10 straight attempts. And the punt unit will come on out. So the defense has played pretty well. They've given up some big plays, but the offense is not helping their cause tonight. So Brennan Garcia on to do the punting chores once again. Not sure Brennan's had to punt this much in 2 or 3 years. He'll get it away, not a lot of pressure. It is a high end-over-ender. And, ooh, boy, I think we are going to have encroachment on the halo. Just shooting down there quick was Martinez. And He got to Barcelo before he could field it. And so I think we're going to have encroachment. And I can't remember how much of a penalty that is, if it's a 5 or a 10. I think it's a 10. Well, let's see what the call's going to be for sure. Lovington has already racked up 10, make that 11 penalties for 115 yards. And it will be, it'll be interference on the catch. And so that's another 15 yards. They've just gifted them again. 130 penalty yards on 12 penalties. Ouch. Ouch, ouch, ouch.
It's hard. If you're putting enough offense out there and you're putting points on the board, you can offset that kind, but usually that kind of penalty yardage in just the first half alone is a killer.
It certainly is. Yeah, more penalty yardage than they have offensive yards at the moment. So it'll be first down and 10 from the 35-yard line. Santa Teresa back with the football, trips to the right side. Lovington shows blitz, and it'll be Bumgardner keeping himself. Little hop at the 40, 45 to the 50, goes to the sideline, 45 to the 40, and brought down from behind. And we are going to have, I believe, an illegal tackle. Weezer on the stop. But that's 15, 20, 25, 27 yards for Bumgardner. And I think we're going to tack 15 more onto the end of this one and it will be personal foul targeting on Weiser. So put another 15 onto the end of it. 109 on the ground for Bumgardner and 15 more onto the end of it. 145 penalty yards now for the Wildcats. So from the 21-yard line, Santa Teresa has taken gifts from the team in royal blue tonight. Just outside the red zone. Bumgardner with trips right. Hand it to Hernandez. He'll just bull up the middle. He crosses the 15 down to the 14-yard line. It'll be a 7-yard gain for Angel Hernandez, 2nd and 3. Hernandez averaging 12 yards exactly per carry. And so 2nd down and 3 now. Clock continues to move with 4:12 remaining in the first half. As Santa Teresa will come back up to the line. You're going to put, looks like 2 tight ends in the ball game. 1 receiver left, 1 to the right. Bumgardner from the shotgun. Rolls to the right side, looks. Now he's just going to take it himself and runs out of bounds. Going to gain 4 yards on the quarterback keeper, and it'll move the chains for the 12th first down for Santa Teresa. And Dawn, we've been watching Lovington and Santa Teresa take on each other for a long time, and I'm not sure I've ever seen Santa Teresa play this disciplined or Lovington play this undisciplined.
Yeah, it's definitely a weird night tonight.
First and 10 from the 11-yard line with twins to the right, 1 to the left. Hernandez in the backfield goes to the right shoulder of Bumgardner. And Bumgardner the hard count, and Lovington jumps. Weiser trying to get ahead of the count. It'll be offsides on the Wildcats and another penalty on the Cats. Now it'll be 1st and 5 from the 6. And I have never said this before, but I'm almost out of room on my penalty line for the Cats. So it'll be 1st and 5 from the 6. Trips right, 1 left. Hernandez on the right shoulder. Hand it to Hernandez. He'll start it left and pull it back up the middle, and he'll just put his shoulder down and bowl in from 6 yards out. Angel Hernandez has his 2nd touchdown of the ball game, and it's now 27-0 with the point after to come. I think the want to is there for the Cats tonight. I'm just not sure the execution's there. So the point after to come from Ratliff. I said going to be a very interesting Bob Swiftway coach's conversation as Ratliff will put it up under pressure, and it is good. 3:44 remaining in the first half. All Santa Teresa in this one. They lead our Wildcats 28-0 We'll be back in 1 minute on Z94, KZOR, and the Lovington Sports YouTube channel. More Lovington penalties putting Santa Teresa on the doorstep. A 6-yard run for Angel Hernandez, and the point after is good. Ratliff to kick it away as Santa Teresa takes the 28-0 lead. As Ratliff will kick it away, it's a high spiral. It'll be fielded back at the 10, bringing it out to the 20, to the 25, to the 30. Flag on the play, but a good return for the Wildcats. That is Thompson. So DeMarcus Thompson with a good return, and that one flew in. Might be an illegal block, but we'll see what they're going to call for sure. Hopefully it's not another hold on the Wildcats, and it will be holding on the Wildcats. So move them back 10 more yards, 160 penalty yards on the Wildcats. 10 yards from the end of the run. Oof. Just not much you can say about it. Dawn Morgan Field side. I'm TJ Miracle, high above Wildcat Stadium. Of course, coming up in 3 minutes and 38 seconds, we'll have your Lovington Auto Supply Napa Know-How halftime show. Also your Bob's Thriftway Coaches Conversation. Twins left, twins right. Aranda going to try and get a spark going. Anything. Throws it near side. It'll be complete to Garcia across the 30. Out to the 32-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 5. And that'll be the first pass in 10 attempts that he's managed to complete. Maybe this will get things back on track.
You hope that if they can get anything positive to take into halftime with them, then that's what you want.
Certainly is. So it'll be second down and about 4. Oh, it's second and a long 5, short 4. Aranda, good protection. Throws it going down the seam near side, and that one is almost picked off. Not sure if he was going for Garcia on that one or if he was trying to get Cesar Gonzalez, who's been pretty quiet tonight. Pretty good coverage down the field by Navarrete. And just a little bit of miscommunication and a misfire, and now it'll be 3rd down and 4. Amin Ochoa might be the answer you need to get the first down here, because you don't want to cough it back up and give Santa Teresa time to work with. They've still got 2 timeouts, and we've got 3:26 on the clock, and we are getting dangerously close to that 35-point running clock. Twins left, twins right. Cats desperately needing a first down. Low snap, Aranda handles it. Pressure comes, rolls near side. Still looking, throws it back across his body. Has a man across the 35 out to the 38. That is Gonzalez, and he'll have enough for the first down. Move the chains. First down, Cats. Gonzalez's first catch of the night. They needed that one.
If they can just get a score on the board, and then maybe an onside kick, recover it. Maybe they have time to put a couple of quick scores on the board, and that would go a long way toward getting them pointed in the right direction for a comeback win.
From the 38-yard line, first down and 10. 3:03 to go in the half. Twins left, twins right. Aranda hands it off to Ochoa, gets a good block. Takes it left side across the 40 to the 45. Stiff arms a man at the 47-yard line and is run out of bounds and ridden out of bounds. Yeehaw by Heston to Tavis, but he'll have enough for the first down. Ochoa, 74 yards on just 9 carries. And it should be enough for the first down. Up, they're going to say just a half yard shy, with still a great run for Cameron Ochoa. So it'll be second down and less than a yard Clock stops with 2:50 remaining in the half. Lovington has managed to get it to midfield just about every possession, but fortunately this tends to be where they stall out. Empty set in the backfield this time. Aranda by himself, quarterback keeper, and he gets out of the first hit and just bowls forward, and he'll get near the 50-yard line. It'll be enough for the first down. Aranda, the 3-yard keeper. That'll be the 6th first down for the Wildcats, and they move it into Desert Warrior territory.
Clock is running right now, though.
And wow, they didn't give him much forward progress. They're going to say you're down right at the 50. So from the 50-yard line, first down and 10, you'll take it any way you can get it. Twins left, twins right. Ochoa in the backfield. Aranda calls for it, rolls near side, looks downfield, still looks good coverage down the field. He's just going to have to tuck it, take it himself. Across the 45 to the 40 to the 35, and bumped out by Barcelo at the 32-yard line. It'll be an 18-yard gain for Aranda and move the chains. First down, Cats. 40 yards on 8 carries for Aranda, and I like the fact that he tucked and ran with that one.
Yeah.
He had nobody down the field open.
And if he had really kind of just decided to go ahead and go for it, he would have gotten even more yardage on that. He kept looking for somebody until he decided he just had to tuck and run.
So first and 10 now for the Wildcats. Aranda from the shotgun, Ochoa with him in the right side. Hand it to Ochoa, bounces off the first man, takes it to the 30, to the 25, to the 20, to the 15, to the 10, into the corner of the end zone. 6 on the board, touchdown Wildcats. Cameron Ochoa takes it to the house, and finally the Cats are off the schneid with 2:02 to go in the first half. Ochoa bounced off a lineman and then took it to the corner and outran Barcelo and Ariano to the end zone.
He had to do a couple of zigs and zags. That was a really nice, beautiful, broken field run to the end zone for Ochoa.
So now to attempt the point after. Lucas Contreras on to attempt the point after. The Cats finally getting on the board. Their first score in over a full game as the kick is up, and it is good, but a flag on the play, and I think we'll get to do this again. And yep, offsides. Oh, actually on Santa Teresa. So it'll be half the distance to the goal. So they have 2 penalties for 11 yards. We have, let's see, that is 14 penalties for 160 yards. A little disparate there in the penalty stat line. So Lucas will come on to try it again out of the hold of Ashton Aranda. Now from the 1-yard line. Snap is down, the kick is up, the hold, and it is good. 2:02 remaining in the first half. Lovington on the board. Santa Teresa leads 28-7. We're back in a minute on KZOR. Cameron Ochoa takes it 33 yards on a broken field run to the house. The point after by Contreras is good, and finally for the first time in more than 4 quarters of action, the Wildcats score. Make it a 28-7 lead for Santa Teresa, but maybe this will be the start of a comeback night here on homecoming.
You got to figure he's going to do a squib kick. I mean, why not at this point? And to play the percentages, try to get the ball back and get another score on the board before halftime.
It would not be out of character for Coach Gonzalez to trying onside, and it looks like maybe Santa Teresa's thinking the same thing the way they're staggered.
Oh,
but
big
nope,
boot up.
He'll just
Kicked
put
it
up.
away.
High end over ender. It'll be fielded back at the 10 to the 15 to the 20, 25. Cut it up the middle to the 30. Still on his feet out near the 40-yard line as the returner is waiting for him to come up so I can catch that number. It was number 20. That was Hector Reyes. Good return, and so Santa Teresa from the, well, they're going to say his knee went down back actually at the 34-yard line. So 1st and 10 from the 34-yard line. Santa Teresa with 1:54 and 2 timeouts to work with, and they will have the ball to start the second half.
Well, Lovington defense has worked the ball loose and forced a turnover in this game. Be nice if they could make that magic again here.
So let's see what Santa Teresa is going to do. You've got to think they are going to want to score to get that one back. Lovington's defense, it'll be incumbent on them to stop it. 4 men across the front for the Wildcats. Baumgartner from the shotgun, handed off to Hernandez. Just brings it up the middle and runs into a blue wall, led there by number 60, Ezekiel Guzman. They're going to give him a yard, but no more than that. 2nd and 9. Now, Santa Teresa not getting in any big hurry either.
No, they know that the clock is on their side, actually. What they want to do is hang on to this and just run the clock out to halftime. So that's what they're going to try to do. They're going to just take every second that they can off of that clock.
So clock continues to move. 1:21 remaining in the first half of play. Lovington Auto Supply, Napa Know-How halftime show coming up. Twins left, Twins right. Baumgartner from the shotgun, Hernandez with him. Fake it to Hernandez. Baumgartner keeps it himself, and he is going to be met, and Hernandez drives him backwards at the line. No gain for Baumgartner, and now it'll be 3rd down and 9. Ezekiel Guzman again doing a big job and getting an assist there is Brennan Garcia. So now 3rd down and 9, and a timeout going to be taken by the Wildcats with under a minute to play. We'll keep it right here. Say a big thank you to all of our friends at Stone Oilfield Services, Man Welding, Lee County Electric Cooperative, Bob Sriftway. Of course, we'll have your Bob Sriftway coaches conversation coming up going into the half with Coach G. Also, our coverage tonight brought to you by Eunice Pump and Supply, the Lovington Schools, Devon Energy, and Lovington Auto Supply. 59 seconds away from your Lovington Auto Supply Napa Know-How halftime show. So 28-7, Santa Teresa has come in. I think maybe the Wildcats, Don, just judging by the penalties, and I know we'll talk about more of this at halftime, but, and this can happen in homecomings. I know most coaches that I've, talked to over the years at length, they hate homecoming because a lot of times the kids just get amped up to almost no end, and I think maybe we're seeing some of that tonight.
Yeah, when you get it into overdrive and you're over anxious and you're over adrenalized, yeah, that it doesn't have anywhere to go, and that can lead to these kinds of mistakes that Lovington has been making. So maybe that's the deal.
So a big 3rd down and 9 now for Santa Teresa, under a minute to go. Baumgartner looks to pass, goes down the left seam, has a man wide open. It'll be complete to the 20 and down to the 15-yard line, as that one was complete down to Ratliff. So that's going to be 15, 25, 35, 45, 48 yards to Ratliff, and a 1st down for Santa Teresa.
And Matt was the reason why that ball got stopped. 22 was also downfield with him.
And so now they're going to move up and try and go quickly, and they will hand it off. No, Baumgartner's going to keep it himself, goes left side, and he's going to squirrel down to about the 10-yard line. So it's going to be a pickup of 8 for Baumgartner, and timeout taken by Santa Teresa. 32 seconds remaining here in the half. That was just the 3rd completion for Baumgartner, but it goes
but it was a big one.
Yeah, it was 48 yards, and that is a biggie. So 54 yards of his 56 in the completion category tonight going to Ratliff.
Okay.
So it'll be 1st down, or rather 2nd down and 2 after the 8-yard gain. So Santa Teresa thinking, hey, wait a minute. Coach Vieira going, hey, if we can punch it in right here, we get the ball to start the second half. And they hadn't managed to stop us tonight. So they're thinking 35 points at the start of the 3rd quarter at some point. With Don Morgan patrolling Brian Urlacher Field, I'm TJ Miracle. from high above Wildcat Stadium. Thanks for being with us tonight, as it'll be 2nd down and 2 from the 10-yard line. The Warriors have just been a juggernaut tonight that the Cats have had trouble stopping. 32 seconds remaining in the half. Santa Teresa trying to get the touchdown back. Bumgarner from the shotgun, going to roll it to the right side, throws it into the corner of the end zone and in and out of the hands. Almost getting a hand on it was Adam Ramirez. Somehow it squeaked through, and Ratliff not able to handle it in the far right corner. Incomplete, and it'll be 3rd and 2. Now 3rd and 2 from the 10. The Wildcat D has got to find a way
and
to keep them out.
Near goal line stand.
This is going to be 4-down territory. You've got to think for Coach Vieira. He's still got a timeout. Only needs 2 yards. He's got the big bruiser Hernandez back there with Bumgarner. Good snap. Bumgarner keeps it himself. Is hit in the backfield and dropped. He got back to the line, but maybe no more than that on the design quarterback run. Valente Herrera will bring him down. It'll be no gain on the play, and now it'll be 4th down and 2. And timeout taken on the field, I got to think.
Yeah, sorry about that. Britton Garcia, number 52, in on that tackle as well. That stop.
And no, they're not going to take the timeout. Now they will choose to take the timeout with 2 seconds remaining on the clock. I'm got to think, are they going to try and kick a field goal? I've got to think they're going to go for the end zone here with Hernandez or Bumgarner. They've had the number of the interior line tonight of the Wildcats, but it looks like they may be thinking about, they're thinking about bringing out the field goal team.
And,
so ball at the 10, it'll wind up that'll be a 27-yard field goal attempt, if that is indeed what they want to do. I can't remember the last time we actually saw a field goal in the high school game. I'm not sure. I'm not sure why Coach Vieira doesn't go ahead and take the timeout immediately going into 4th. Well, it's because it was 4th down. That's why he did it. I was thinking he had one more play to play with, but
nope.
Yeah, so that's why he did it. And they will bring the kicking unit out for a 27-yard field goal attempt. Ratliff to kick out of the hold of Barcelo. So Lovington going to come after it. And the snap is good, the hold is good, the kick is up and almost blocked, and it will squib through at the buzzer. And so the 27-yard field goal is good by Ratliff. And so that'll make it 31-7 going into halftime. Of course, your Lovington Auto Supply Napa Know-How halftime show comes up here in just a couple of minutes, as Dawn Morgan will hopefully be able to grab Coach G for our coaches conversation. So here's the Bob Thriftway.
Hey, Coach G. All right, so down on the scoreboard, you guys had 14 penalties, 160 penalty yards, more than your offensive yardage. What's going on in that first half? What are you going to do in the second half?
I think from an offensive standpoint and a defensive standpoint, we're trying to be physical, but we got to be smart with what we're doing. A couple of them are effort penalties. That's under our control. I think we're doing some good things offensively and defensively. Got a big stop right there. We scored right before the half. So we just got to eliminate the penalties, stop shooting ourselves in the foot. And that's not a reflection on us playing hard. That's on me. We got to get it fixed, and we will.
All right, big message for them at halftime for the second half.
Just keep our momentum. We're doing some good things. Made a big stop on defense. We scored on offense. We're going to have to come out and play defense in the second half. So we're going to have to come out here and get them off the field in the second half.
All right, good luck.
Thank you.
All right, thank you very much, Dawn Morgan, our Bob Thriftway coaches conversation. Thanks to Coach G for always being very gracious with us. Dawn, just a quick note, you may want to change your batteries before we go in to the second half. So our Lovington Auto Supply Napa Know-How halftime show will be on the way in 3 minutes. This is Wildcat Football on KZOR. Welcome to your Lovington Auto Supply Napa Know-How halftime show from Lovington Auto Supply, 217 West Avenue D in Lovington. When you need the Napa Know-How for your car, and believe me, my friends, you will, get the good folks at Lovington Auto Supply to provide it for you. Friendly neighborhood service, the parts you know and trust from Napa and the great folks at Lovington Auto Supply. Proud to bring you Wildcat Sports and your Lovington Auto Supply Napa Know-How halftime show. And at halftime, our score at homecoming is not the way the Cats wanted to see it, 31-7 in favor of the visiting Santa Teresa Warriors. Let's take a look at the first half statistics in this one. We will start with the visiting Warriors. Their quarterback, Jack Baumgartner, goes 3 of 8 for 56 yards, no touchdowns, and no interceptions. On the ground, Angel Hernandez leads the way. He's got 12 carries for 127 yards and 2 touchdowns. Baumgartner having a pretty good night as well on the ground. He's got 13 carries for 121 yards. He also has 2 touchdowns. He has been sacked 3 times and fumbled. And then Ariano, he had 1 carry for 1 yard. So leading receiver is Ratliff for the Desert Warriors, 2 catches, 54 yards. Navarrete, 1 catch for 2 yards. So 56 through the air, 249 yards on the ground, means 305 total yards in the first half for Santa Teresa. Yikes. They were penalized twice for 11 yards in that first half. They get 14 points in the first, 17 points in the second. That's how they get to their 31 points on the board. They also had 13 first downs in the first half. Turning the page for your Lovington Wildcats, it is been some hard going, but the stats are not maybe what you would think, only having 7 points on the board. Aranda has not had a good night pulling the trigger. He is 4 of 15 for 36 yards, no touchdowns, but no interceptions, so you'll take that. Leading receiver Matthew Garcia, 2 catches for 23 yards. Anson Marquez, 1 catch for 8 yards, and Cesar Gonzalez with a catch for 5 yards. Cameron Ochoa, 10 carries, 107 yards, and a touchdown. That 33-yard TD late in the first half. Kind of the big sigh of relief went up when he found the end zone, but he's got 107 yards in the first half. Ashton Aranda, 8 carries, 40 yards. He has only been sacked 1 time in this ball game. So if you're keeping up with home, that's 36 through the air. When was the last time we said that about a Lovington team? 149 on the ground, 185 total yards for Lovington in the first half. They had 7 first downs. Penalties, though, that's where it really bites them. 15 penalties for 160 yards in the first half. For much of that first half, they had more penalty yards than they did offensive yards. So very something, they're going to have to clean up. I know Coach G talked about that with Dawn in our coaches' conversation. So no points in the first, only 7 in the second. That's how we get to our 31-7 score. As the homecoming court being introduced out onto the field right now, we will take another timeout, come back and give you your Lovington Auto Supply keys to the second half. This is your Lovington Auto Supply Napa Know-How halftime show on Z94 KZOR and on the Lovington Sports YouTube channel. Welcome back to your Lovington Auto Supply Napa Know-How halftime show from Lovington Auto Supply, 217 West Avenue D in Lovington. Get the Napa Know-How for your car at Lovington Auto Supply. I'm TJ Miracle from high above Wildcat Stadium. Dawn Morgan patrolling Brian Urlacher Field as the homecoming festivities continue at the 50-yard line. And we continue our Napa Know-How halftime show with your Lovington Auto Supply Napa Know-How keys to the second half. So, Dawn, I think we are hoping for a tale of two games. Would I be correct in that?
Right, a tale of two halves.
Yeah.
Maybe, yeah. And maybe as coach also hopes that score that Lovington got, with a couple of minutes left just before halftime, maybe giving them the momentum they need to carry through and get them, give them the spark they need in that third quarter to really start a turnaround and a comeback. As we would love to look at this game in hindsight and say, well, first quarter really slow for Lovington, but then they turned it around, they came back, and they just lit on fire offensively and became got a defensive wall going and sealed off and stopped Santa Teresa. That's what we would like to say, and let's see if we're going to be able to say that once Lovington comes out. Now, of course, they'll be receiving, so the Lovington D is first of all, special teams are going to have to do their job, and then the Lovington D is going to be up to them to make the stop or even force a turnover, and again, give the offense the spark they need. That's been a problem. The offense has sputtered most of that first half. They would get the ball, they would start drives, and they would have to punt. And it's just been unfortunate to see that. But a lot of the time, as Coach G, also acknowledged, they shot themselves in the foot for most of that first half with penalties. At the least, they were prohibitive. At the most, they were costly and led almost directly to scores by Santa Teresa.
Well, they certainly did, and cut down on the mistakes. And we talk about this every year, and I know Coach G has never said this to me, but I know a lot of high school coaches, they do not like, and we talked about this a little bit before we went into half, they do not like doing the homecoming stuff at halftime. They like doing it before the game because the kids are generally so wired and so hyped up, and they're thinking about things other than football a lot of times. They're thinking about the court and the band and who's going to be the queen. And I'm not saying that's what's happening here tonight. Don't misunderstand me here. But, and let's be honest, we've had some kind of undisciplined teams over the last, decade or so that you and I have been doing this, Dawn. But I'm not sure I remember the last time I ever saw 15 penalties in a half for more than 160 yards, more than 10 yards of penalties. So I'm thinking they just came out and maybe, were a little bit too hyped up, a little bit too amped up. And, I think it came through. So now maybe they've gotten some of the adrenaline out of their system. Maybe they can just go out and play football in the second half.
Maybe they could just settle down, focus, and really get down to business and prove that they're a team that deserves to be reckoned with, and you really prove something to themselves and know that they can come back, that they can be down and come back, and that's important. Knowing how to win and getting that first win of the season, sometimes it can be hard. When it doesn't come in that first or second game, it feels like it's this mountain that you just can't get over, that you get close to the top and you slide all the way back down, and that's kind of how this game has felt and this season has felt so far for Lovington.
Well, it certainly has, and the road doesn't get any easier from here. I mean, fortunately, we've got 3 more home games in a row. We got Hobbs coming in next week, then Denver City coming in, and then Artesia coming in before we head back on the road to Santa Fe at the end of this month. But, let's see, Hobbs is on a roll right now. I don't know how they're doing against Roswell High tonight, but, they've been on a roll. They're a top 5 team in 6A, and they're coming in next week. You've got, of course, Denver City, a 3A Division I power over in Texas coming in. You got Artesia, and let's face it, Artesia is always going to just be Artesia. And Santa Fe High, it looks like maybe they're, on a little bit of an upswing this year too. So before district starts, it's going to be a tough road for this Wildcat squad. So tonight, now it's time to put it back together and see if they can, if we can rehang the Cardiac Cats mantra on them and get a victory here tonight.
Yeah, it's a double-edged sword when you look at setting up a really tough pre-district season for yourself and your team. And the upside is, yeah, you can build a lot of character, you can build the team up. But the downside is that it can be discouraging for your team. It also can lead to injuries. And one thing that I really meant to ask Coach about at halftime was the fact that Cardenas is not out on the field tonight. He's not even suited up on the sideline. So obviously, that injury that came in, I guess, wasn't it toward the end?
No, it was in the third quarter.
Okay, the third quarter, but in the second
week,
half.
Yeah.
Okay, so toward the end of that game. But it can tear your team down when you're going up against really tough physical teams. It can lead to discouragement. It can lead to disappointment, and those are tough psychological things to overcome, to get revved up and to be to overcome and still be confident going into the next game and the next game after a loss and then a loss and then a loss. So it can go both ways, and if you know your team well enough and you're able to inspire your team and they're able to take the loss on the chin and know, well, hey, that was just a really good team. We just got outmatched and outplayed, but it's making us tougher and better, and we're gonna get into district and we're gonna turn things around. If you've got that kind of team, then that's great, and that this kind of a tough preseason schedule is not so bad. What we'll see how it ends up being. If this is a team that can take it and use it to build character and come out and be stronger and stronger as we get toward district, or if it's a team that's going to fall on the disappointment and the discouragement in these early losses.
Well, and another note on the injury note, Alec Olguin is still not returned either. He was in street clothes last week, I noticed, and is not out there again this week. And he's been a pretty integral part of their offensive plans for, really going into late last season. So, a couple of big losses without Cardenas and Olguin out there tonight. So the homecoming festivities look like they are coming to an end. The players going to go in and get their final instructions. And just a quick note, been asked by athletic director and, again, Coach Robert Ariola. Yeah, Coach Ariola taking over the baseball program again, but was asked by him to remind people that, and businesses especially, they of course are looking for pregame meal sponsors and game sponsors here. I told him I would pass that word along. Also told him I would pass along, and I told him I wouldn't unless they brought me some, but
Drylands Pizza, I think, tonight.
Yeah, Drylands Pizza brought by some pizzas for the press box, and I did tell him that unless I had a piece, I wouldn't say it, and he was nice enough to send former AD Chief Bridgeforth over with a piece of pepperoni. So thanks to Drylands, it was very good pizza.
And actually, let's hope really that's extortion. I guess you know that. So
well, it's okay. That's for a piece of pizza. Does that count as payola or plugola? I ate the pizza, and thanks to Drylands Pizza for bringing that pizza up to the press box. You want me to see if I can rescue a piece if Coach Casey Pack hasn't decided to take all of it?
I saw it go up before the game even started. You know how I am. I like fresh, hot pizza, and if after that, you're the cold pizza eater in the family, not me. So you have at it up there. If you've got some extra pieces, you go for it.
I had my one slice, and I think that was probably all that was left. But so thanks to them for bringing that up to us tonight. And that'll put a wrap on your Lovington Auto Supply Napa Know-How halftime show from Lovington Auto Supply, 217 West Avenue D in Lovington. Get the love for your car and the Napa Know-How too from the good folks at Lovington Auto Supply, proud supporters of the Lovington Wildcats. 31-7 is the score. Back for the kickoff of the second half coming up in 3 minutes. This is Wildcat football on KZOR. Welcome back to Lovington Wildcat football here on Z94 KZOR, the Lovington Sports YouTube channel. Please subscribe, by the way. Once we get to 1,000 subscribers, somebody wins $100 of my money. It's not coming from the sponsors. It's not coming from, from the station. It's coming out of my pocket. So tell your family and friends and subscribe to the Lovington Sports YouTube channel. Remember, every 1,000 subscribers, I'll give away $100 of my money to one lucky subscriber. Is ouch, 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 weird bug down my shirt, not pleasant. Yeah, that's probably more than you needed to know. So welcome back to Brian Urlacher Field at Wildcat Stadium, Don Morgan Field side. I'm TJ Miracle again as Evie Stuber in studio engineering and producing. So, all right.
Hey, at least it wasn't a scorpion like I killed in the KZR studio last night.
Yeah, that is true. You did do battle with the scorpion last night. So you are much tougher than I am. I will say that. But, yeah, back to the YouTube channel and our video streaming service. Remember, we never charge you to watch your kids and your teams playing. We get to do that, because of great sponsors, and it's a service of New Walmart Broadcasting and New Walmart Digital. And, we talked about this morning on our morning show on our sister station, Kicks 103. Every time, they announce a game on social media, you have a bunch of scammers that pop up saying, oh, click here to watch, and they want your credit card, or they're going to inject stuff that's, viruses and things into your computer or your phone. We don't do that. We don't ask for credit cards. We don't track you in any way. So, always go to the YouTube channel or HobbsAmerica.com to watch your kids and your teams play absolutely free of charge. So, all right, rant over for the moment anyway. So final thoughts as we get ready to kick off this second half of action, Dawn, as the Wildcats are going to be kicking it away to Santa Teresa. I think important, from my perspective, important for them to stop them on this opening drive.
Yeah, definitely. This is really going to be important for Lovington in setting the tone for this second half. Definitely. I think that we've said just about everything say about this game and these teams at halftime. Now it's time for Lovington just to come on and get it done.
So get her done, as Larry the cable guy would say. Going to need good line play. They're going to have to find a way to slow down Hernandez and Bumgardner as they slashed them for a combined 249 yards in that first half. So got to find a way to slow them down. So Contreras will kick it off. Cats will be kicking from the south to the north, which means Santa Teresa moving north to south. That is left to right from our perspective here at Wildcat Stadium. So Contreras has it teed up at the 40. Cats trailing 31-7, and here we go for the kickoff of the second half as Contreras boots it over towards the far side of the field. It's going to be a rather short kick. Takes a big bounce, though, and going to roll all the way back to the 5-yard line, and Santa Teresa just going to have to eat it back inside the 5 at the 4-yard line. I'm not sure what happened there, if maybe Hernandez took his eye off the ball, but it squirted past him, and so all the way back to the 5-yard line, Lovington gets a break early.
Yeah, I think he was worried about running with it before he had possession of it, and that's a good break for Lovington. Pins Santa Teresa way back, in fact dangerously close. We're in safety territory.
So let's see if the Cats can bring the safety up to them. That would be a good way to start this second half. Just underway. Santa Teresa has first possession. They're on their own 5-yard line after a muffed kickoff. Bumgardner with Hernandez in the backfield with him. Hand it to Hernandez. He will start it to the left, bring it back to the right, and gets back to the line before everybody just stands him up and stacks him up in the middle. Angel Sanchez leads the way, and I believe that Ezekiel Guzman also in on that stop. No gain for Hernandez, 2nd and 10.
Yeah, nice stop by Lovington D.
They'll need to do it 2 more times and force the punt, and then, maybe come after that punt. So Santa Teresa back to it, going to split twins left, twins right. Lovington looks like they're going to go man coverage, nobody deep in the secondary. Hernandez from the shotgun, fake the handoff. Bumgardner going to be flushed, rolls to his left, going to tuck it, take it himself, and he's just going to dance out up at the 7-yard line. Good coverage down the field. It's a 2-yard gain, but now 3rd down and about 8. 123 on 14 carries for Bumgardner before he's run out on the far side. But so far, so good for the Wildcat D. Of course, you've got to think that Santa Teresa is going to be in no hurry to do anything in this second half, leading as much as they are, leading by 24. So now it'll be an important third down and 8. Trips to the right, one to the left. Hernandez in the backfield. Bumgarner keeps it himself, goes up the middle. He is grabbed from behind, and he's going to be brought down. He might have got another yard or two, but way to stay home in the middle and clog things up there for number 58, Valente Herrera. He's had a huge game, so it'll be a pickup of 2 more for Bumgarner, and it'll be punt time, you've got to think, for Santa Teresa.
Oh, yeah, especially as deep back near the end zone as Santa Teresa is. They're going to want to get rid of that football, you think.
You've got to think, and I have a feeling Lovington's going to come after it. Thompson is back deep to receive at his own 50-yard line. But Lovington is going to show that they're coming after it, I've got to think. And these kick, they get it away. Thompson looks to field it, does at the 45, but it's muffed. It's on the turf. And oh no, I think maybe Santa Teresa got it back, but no, Thompson somehow
fell on it.
He fights off number 8, Eliano, and gets it. So almost disaster, but Thompson manages to avert it, and the Cats will have good field position, 1st and 10 from the 43-yard line.
Yeah, now let's see how the halftime talk may have fired up Lovington's offense. Let's see what they've got here.
1st and 10 from the Desert Warrior 43. The Cats trail by 24. First possession of the second half. Twins left, twins right. From the far hash mark, Lovington moving from the right to the left. Aranda 3-step drop. Little pump fake hesitation. Now nobody there. Rolls to his right, crosses the 40 to the 35, and is going to be pushed out of bounds by Hernandez. It should be good for about a 7-8 yard gain. It'll depend on the spot. And they're going to give him 7 yards on the quarterback keeper. And I like that he saw nobody was open. It didn't hesitate, just tucked it and took off.
Yeah, and you know, that's been pretty successful, actually, during the first half even. Several times this has happened, either on a blown play or, you know, he just hasn't found somebody in time and has rolled out and has gotten forward yarded, sometimes a first down.
2nd down and 2 after an 8-yard gain officially. Aranda, a little rollout, comes near side, going to be pressured, throws it underneath and leads Cesar Gonzalez, pardon me, and incomplete. And so now it'll be 3rd down and 2. No, 3rd and 2 for the Cats. 10:06 remaining here in the third quarter.
Yeah, I think they just find a way to roll forward and get those 2 yards, get the first down, and then, you know, kind of reset and worry about, you know, getting to the end zone.
So it'll be 3rd down and 2, maybe the most important 3rd down of the night, as Lovington's defense came out and got the stop they needed to start the second half. Now it's up to the offense to see if they can capitalize. Twins left, twins right on 3rd and 2 from the 35-yard line. Man in motion right to left, handed off on the counter tray and right up the middle and to the 30-yard line. Nice job by Cameron Ochoa to just bang through as he's going to pick up 5 yards and move the chains. First down, Cats.
That's a really gutsy run by Ochoa there. He got in there early, he got choked up, and he just tucked his head down, protected the football, and eked out another yard or 2.
From the 30-yard line, 1st down and 10. Cats in Desert Warrior territory. Twins left, twins right. Ochoa is the single back with Aranda. Low snap, Ashton handles it. 3-step drop, quick throw over to the far side. It'll be complete across the 25 to the 24-yard line. As tossing it out there as complete to Cesar Gonzalez.
Yep.
That'll be his second catch of the ball game. It's good for 5, and it'll be 2nd and 5.
Yeah, I like that. Man, he got rid of that football very quickly and found his guy accurately, and that's what you need.
So it'll be 2nd down and 5 from the 25-yard line. Twins left, twins right. Cats on the move, start of the third quarter. Low snap, Aranda on a design keeper, rolls left side, crosses the 20 to the 15, gets a block to the 10, into the corner of the end zone, stretches out, and is he in? He's going to be just shy. Aranda knocked out at the 1-yard line, 24 yards on the design quarterback run, and it'll be 1st and goal, Cats from the 1.
What a great run that was. And I was so disappointed seeing them step out just shy of the goal line. But that's all right. I think they're going to be push it in.
Now it'll be important. We saw this against Roswell High. We saw it against Seminole. The Cats had it 1st and goal at the 1 against both of those teams and could not punch it in. So let's see what the goal line O can do here. 1st and goal from the 1. Aranda on the rollout, has some room, gets bumped, goes for the far side and put it in the end zone. 6 on the board, touchdown Wildcats. 1 yard on the quarterback keeper for Ashton Aranda. And the Cats have cut it down to a 31-13 score with the point after to come.
Now it feels like we're rolling. Definitely, these guys can just keep the momentum going. Use this energy now to, we've got to get that point after that conversion, and then use the energy, flip it over to the defense, and let's see these comeback kids bring it around.
So is this the start of another comeback Cats night from here at Wildcat Stadium? How many times with the previous 2 teams did we say that? It was a bunch, and I wouldn't mind saying it here tonight. Cats are going to line up and go for 2. Send a man in motion from the left to the right. Aranda rolls out, looks, has a man, throws it, has him, and is it in? Yes, it is. Put 2 more on the board for the Wildcats. Angel Gonzalez with the 2-point conversion. And the Cats make it a 2-touchdown ball game. 31-15 our score. We are back in 1 minute. Wildcat football continues on KZOR. All right, well, I guess we'll just keep it right here as the Cats take advantage of a good defensive stand and drive it down the field 46 yards, capped off by a 1-yard quarterback keeper by Aranda, but it was set up by a 24-yard quarterback keeper by Ashton Aranda. With Dawn Morgan Fieldside, I'm TJ Miracle. Thanks for being with us tonight and going for 2 on that. What that did was that means that it is a 2-touchdown ball game. 2 touchdowns, 2 2-point conversions. What the Cats going to need. So it's a 2-score ball game. And how far we've come just like that with 8:44 to go in the third, as the Cats were in danger of getting into a running clock against them at the end of the first half.
And there's plenty of game left to play here. 8:44 left in the third quarter, so the Cats definitely have time, but they have got to keep playing like this and keep the offense and the defense strong. They've got to keep their momentum going. As
Lucas Contreras will tee it up at the 40. Let's see if Mr. Momentum has shifted back to an 88260 zip code. As Contreras will boot it away, it is a high end over ender. It's going to be fielded back at the goal line by Santa Teresa. Bringing it out 15, 20, 25 by Ratliff, and to the 25-yard line. Just a little bit shy. He is hit from behind as Elon Clayton comes up and drags him down. So a nice job by Clayton, as it looked like Ratliff might have been getting a little bit of a head of steam, but Clayton shut him down.
You know what's been missing since the beginning of this third quarter?
What?
Penalties.
That's right. How could I forget? We only called 17 of them in the first half.
So this is the start to the third quarter that we talked about wanting for our Lovington Wildcats. Now let's let them keep it rolling.
Trips left and 1 to the right as Bumgarner on a design rollout left side throws it underneath, and that one is going to be almost picked off. Sliding through, Cesar Gonzalez knocks it away. The intended target was Navarrete, but Gonzalez had that one read, so now it'll be 2nd down and 10. Now, we talked a lot about what the Cats need to do. If you're the Desert Warriors, they need to regroup and I think maybe just go back to what got them here, just keep running the ball, making passes like that. It's only a 2-score game now. That stops the clock and keeps time on it. They've got to continue to try and just dominate time of possession, I would think, and just run.
And the defense has really got to continue to contain the quarterback.
Jumbo offense out there now. They've got everybody bunched up tight and hand it off. Hernandez comes left side, is hit in the backfield, gets away from 1-2, going for the sideline, crosses the 30 to the 35-yard line. Cannot get away, though, from Matthew Garcia, but he's still going to bull his way forward to near first down yardage. They're going to mark him, looks like just shy of the 35. It'll be a 9-yard gain for Hernandez, and now it'll be 3rd down and less than 1.
Right. Hernandez has really, been instrumental.
But he went out of bounds, and that's the good thing is it stops the
Stop
clock.
the clock.
I mean, you still got a lot of time. You've got over 20 minutes of game time remaining, but every second is precious. Trips left, one right, 3rd down and 1. Hernandez is the lone back with Bumgarner. Hand it to Hernandez, left side, is hit in the backfield by Brennan Garcia. Then the rest of the team stacks him up and pushes him backwards. I don't think he got it. The side judge on the far side is running in, and if he spots him right there, he'll have the 1st down. It looks like he's going to be just short, and they're going to call an official timeout. I think they're going to measure this.
They are.
But
They're
from up
calling
here,
for
it
the
looks
chains.
short. Yeah, from up here, it looks short. It looked like he needed to get the nose of the ball to the 35.
I think this is the first time the chains have been used tonight as well.
It is. First time they've come out this season. So from up here in my vantage point, I'm about on the 47-yard line, and it looks short from up here.
I think it's maybe about half a football short. We'll see.
As they stretch the chains, and it will be. Yep, it'll be about a half a football short. Good eye, Don Morgan. And so now it'll be 4th down and about 6 inches to go. And, Coach Xaviero, I've got to think he's going to go for it in this situation. Probably put Bumgarner right up under. Yeah, probably put Bumgarner right up under center and just let him see if he can bowl forward. They've got some beef up there on that Santa Teresa front 5.
They sure do.
They'll keep him in the shotgun. Hernandez is the lone back with him, and everybody jumps. As Andrew Gonzalez jumped, and I think that'll be off false start on Santa Teresa. And so that'll move them backwards. So that makes it a much different decision. It'll be punt time now for the Desert Warriors. So punt time now. It was getting ready to be a battle of the hogs, looked like, up in the trenches. So now it'll be punt time. Thompson back deep to receive for the Wildcats as Christian Torres to kick it away. 8:05 to go, a 16-point lead for Santa Teresa. Good punt. It is a high wobbler, going to bounce at the 45, take a Santa Teresa bounce inside the 40, and going to go inside the 35 before it is downed. So going to be down there by Fabian Ureta. And so 1st and 10 for the Wildcats after a pretty good punt from their own 35-yard line. But the defense holds again, Dawn, and Santa Teresa finally makes one of those mistakes.
Yeah, and finally, it just feels like Lovington has found their rhythm, has found their spirit on both offense and defense, and they can capitalize on maybe even force Santa Teresa into some of these, playing a little more sloppy, making some more mistakes, and just keep Lovington rolling.
4 receiver set, Twins left, Twins right. Aranda rolls right side, stiff arms a man at the 40, 45 to the 50, and finally going to be run out of bounds by Ureta.
Oh,
yep, they're going to get the face mask.
I think we have a late
Ureta.
hit.
Yeah, it was a face mask. He had him right along the face mask, so he's going to pick up 16 yards, but he's going to tack 15 onto the end of it.
Yep. I think there was either late hit or unsportsmanlike that may go against Santa Teresa because the flag flew.
So let's see what they say. It is on Santa Teresa, but the referee still has not signaled it. It'll be tacked on to the end. The question is it going to be a 10 or 15-yarder? And it will be personal foul. Yep, it is the personal foul on Santa Teresa. So tack 15 yards more on to the end of it. 10th first down of the ball game for the Cats. Now they're starting to move the football. So how many of these did we see against Lovington in that first half? Now Santa Teresa getting them back. So inside the 35 to the 34-yard line, inside Desert Warrior territory. Wildcat football from the near hash mark. Moving from the south to the north. Twins left, Twins right. Send Weiser in motion from the left to the right. Good snap, Aranda with it, rolls right side, looks downfield. Now he's going to tuck it, take it himself across the 30 to the 25, down to about the 24-yard line. Should be enough for another Wildcat first down. And it will be. Give him 11 yards. Move the chains. First down, Cats. And that is 100 yards exactly for Ashton Aranda tonight.
And he has really come alive in this third quarter. and as have all of the Wildcats on the field and on the sideline. Great energy. You know, it's interesting. Aranda spent much of halftime out here on the field. He was one of the homecoming king candidates, and he was an escort. And, yeah, he wasn't even in the locker room for most of that half.
Twins left, Twins right. Hand it to Ochoa. He goes over the right guard. Has a room to the 15, 10, 5. Put it in the end zone. 6 on the board. Touchdown, Wildcats. 23 yards, Kevin Ochoa. And the Cats have cut it down once again. Now it's 31-21 with the point after to come. 135 on the ground on 12 carries for Kevin Ochoa. And the Cats gonna, I think, go for 2 and try and cut this down to an 8-point ball game.
And you know, once you have momentum like this going, even though you're behind on the scoreboard still, it's a real, you're psyching out your opponent.
Cats will go for 2. Twins left, Twins right. Ochoa is the deep back. Weiser in motion, and Aranda going to keep it himself. Goes over the left guard and put it in the end zone. 2 more on the board, and we have got a 1-score ball game here at Wildcat Stadium. 7:05 remaining in the third quarter. Santa Teresa 31, Lovington 23. Back in a minute on KZOR. It is a 76-yard drive for the Lovington Wildcats, capped off by Kevin Ochoa's 23-yard. Kevin Ochoa's, his 23-yard touchdown run. And then the 2-point conversion on the keeper by Aranda is good. And so it's now 31-23. The Cats are in danger of getting this to running clock territory, and now it's a 1-possession ball game. She's Dawn Morgan. Patrolling Brian Urlacher Field, I'm TJ Miracle from high above Wildcat Stadium. And so now Contreras on to boot it away, and he will put that one with authority. It's going to be fielded and muffed back at the 2-yard line. Cat's going to come up hard on it. Ratliff weaving through traffic, gets a seam to the 20, to the 25, out to the 30, 35. Flag on the play. We've got a hold and a good return by Ratliff, but this one's coming back. And score updates from elsewhere in Lee County tonight. The Tatum Coyotes falling in Lordsburg, 58-34. And the Hobbs Eagles over in Roswell taking on Roswell High in the third quarter. They lead their game 41-7. Thanks to Evie back in studio engineering and producing, getting me the score updates tonight. It will be holding on Santa Teresa, so they'll move them back 10 yards, and all of a sudden the penalty bug has hit the Desert Warriors.
Some of that psych out factor I was talking about as Lovington has grabbed the momentum and kept it since the kickoff of this third quarter.
Ball going to be spotted back at the 28-yard line, 6:53 to go in the third. Lovington looks like a completely different squad here in this second half. I don't know what Coach G said at halftime, but it was effective. Baumgartner back out there with Hernandez on his left shoulder. He'll roll left side, looks to pass. Now he's just going to have to tuck it, take it himself, trying to stay behind the line, and still behind the line, and he just kind of shovels it forward. Incomplete as he gets crunched over there. Coming over and putting the hit on him, number 60, Ezekiel Guzman. But an incomplete pass, and it'll be second down and 10. I don't know what Baumgartner was thinking there. If he'd have just tucked it and run, he probably would have gotten 4 or 5 yards.
Yeah, he kept looking. He got in that trap sometimes that quarterbacks do, and they just get blinded. They're tunnel vision, looking and looking and looking for a receiver, and they end up just having to eat it.
So it'll be second.
Getting pushed out like they did.
Yeah, he just shoveled it, so it becomes an incomplete pass. So shoveled it to nobody. Lucky it wasn't intentional grounding. Trips to the left, one to the right. Handed off to Hernandez. He bounces it left side across the 30, out to near the 35 before he bangs shoulders. A big collision with Leonardo Tarango Rubio. That's a clash of the Titans down there. Rubio, the big junior. It'll be a pickup of 7 for Hernandez, and it is 3rd and 3 for Santa Teresa. 142 on the ground for Hernandez tonight.
However, in the first half, a run
Sorry
like
about
that
the camera.
would probably have gotten the first down already. So, the D trying to shut him down somewhat.
Lovington gonna go man coverage on 3rd down and 3. And whistle sound, and Coach G sees something he doesn't like. He'll take the timeout. 5:58 remaining in the 3rd quarter. Santa Teresa 31, Lovington 23. We'll be back in 1 minute. Wildcat football continues on KZOR. Important 3rd down and 3 out of the Wildcat timeout. It'll be a quarterback keeper. Bumgarner is hit behind the line, might get forward to the line, but no more than that as the Wildcats stack him up. And again, Brennan Garcia steps up in a big way, no gain, and it'll be 4th and 3 from the 35 as Coach Viero going to send out the punt unit, looks like.
Wow, Big D coming through for Lovington on that. Excellent work by the line on that. Defensive, you might drive almost, you might say.
So Christian Torres on to punt it away. Back deep to receive is DeMarcus Thompson. Now Torres waits on the snap. It's a low snap, gets to it. Lovington comes after it. Somehow he gets it away. It's a sidewinder that bounces at the 50, and then it'll take a little bounce inside the 45 and keeps spinning down to the 41-yard line inside Wildcat territory. And so the Cats will take over with the opportunity to tie this game potentially on this drive.
Yeah, not bad field position here for them. We'll see what they can do with this. They definitely still have them going their way, but they really need to go ahead and find a way to tie this or go ahead.
Can't go ahead on this possession, but they can tie it.
They can tie it.
5:09 remaining in the 3rd quarter. 31-23 is the score. Lovington going to try and reel off another one here. Twins left, Twins right. From the 41-yard line in their own territory. Handed off to Ochoa, and he's going to get maybe back to the line of scrimmage. Nope, he's actually going to lose a yard on that one. He is hit behind the line by, I believe that was Lawrence Gonzalez. So it'll be a 1-yard loss for Ochoa, and it'll be 2nd and 11.
Yeah, Lovington would like to find a way to put 8 points on the board and get this thing tied up, and it's a whole new ball game.
Yes, it is. So back at the 40-yard line, 2nd down and 11. 4 minutes, 54 seconds remaining, and we do have an injury timeout as, that's Cameron Ochoa coming off of the field. A little bit shaken up on that. So I believe that means that we'll see who the running back is going to be. And it'll be Aranda. He's just going to keep it himself, and we'll have a hold in the backfield. And so Aranda, with the moves, is going to get into Desert Warrior territory across the 45 to the 44, but it's coming back. We got a hold in the backfield.
Yeah, got a feeling this is going to go against Lovington, as
Yep.
you say.
And it happened behind the line, too, so it's going to wind up officially a 10-yard penalty, but it's going to feel more like about 12.
Right.
So let's see for sure. Holding on Lovington. Yep, 16th penalty, 170 penalty yards. So we'll redo second down. That's the good news, but it'll be second down and 23. That's the bad news. It's not quite second and McDonald, but
Close to Tatum, at least.
yeah, it's not quite Tatum either,
Right.
but so a second down and 23 to go for the Cats. Low snap, Aranda handles it. Gonna roll near side, decides to try it again. He's across the 30, out to about the 32, 33-yard line. Pick up a 4 for Ashton, and it'll be third down now and about 16, 17. So third down and 17. You don't have a lot in the playbook for third and 17. I don't know. Coach G probably's got a whole playbook of third and 17. I know my high school coach did not.
Well, they're taking their time, calling the play. Ashton looking to the sideline coming up. Now breaking the huddle with the team. This is very important right here.
Yes, it is. Third down and 17. Twins left, Twins right. Single back in the backfield is Ryan Weiser. Weiser will flare out, and Aranda throws it underneath and in and out of the hands of Gonzalez. He split the coverage, and he paid the price for it as he got hit by Jackson Bowron. So it'll be incomplete, and it'll be fourth down for the Cats, and punt time. You've got to think with 3:49 to go in the third, and yep, the punting unit will come out.
Yeah, I think he felt the hoofbeats there, and he was kind of in a bad sandwich there. Bowron on one side and Ariano on the other, and could not hang on to that.
So it'll be fourth down and 17. Punt time for the Wildcats. Brennan Garcia to do the punting duties. Back deep to receive is Ariano, I believe, as Garcia gets it blocked, and that one's going to be fielded by one of the upmen. He's got some room to run. He's across the 30 to the 25 to the 20, going to the far sideline. 10, 5, and a blocked punt turns into a touchdown for Jackson Bowron. He got the big hit that caused the incompletion, and then he fields the muffed punt and takes it back in 40 yards for the touchdown.
Oh, ouch. And you know what? There was just a missed tackle. I believe it may have been DeMarcus Thompson. I don't think it was Cesar Chavez. It was either 3 or 6, but I think it was 6. And boy, he threw his body at him, trying to stop him, and just couldn't get him down.
So a special teams play that goes the way of the Desert Warriors. The good news is the Lovington offense will get the ball right back. So the point after to come, 37-23. As Ratliff gets the kick away, and that one is up, and it is good. So 3:34 remaining here in this third quarter. It's Santa Teresa 38, Lovington 23. Back in a minute on Z94 KZOR. A Lovington punt gets blocked right into the hands of Jackson Bowron, who takes it 42 yards to the house for Santa Teresa. The point after is good, and the Desert Warriors extend back to a 15-point lead on the Wildcats. Back here atop Wildcat Stadium, I'm TJ Miracle. Don Morgan on the blue turf at Brian Urlacher Field as Ratliff will kick it away. It is a deep one, and whistles sound before DeMarcus Thompson can get it. I think maybe we've got an offsides on Santa Teresa. And Yeah, they're talking to one of the Santa Teresa players, Mizell Rios. Usually that's the side judge saying, yep, you jumped too soon, young man, and he did. So a 5-yard penalty, and they'll move him backwards, and we'll try again. So important for Lovington now to not let that little oopsie there affect their momentum and their mental state here. They need to just go ahead and answer quickly, Dawn.
Yes, they do. Yeah, put some points on the board. That is the remedy, for that little mistake.
And so now Ratliff will kick it away again, this time from the 35. A little bit of a low line drive going to be taken by one of the Upmen at the 25 to the 30. 35 waiting for blocks to develop. That is Gonzalez. Cuts it back to the 40, to the 42-yard line, and a huge rugby scrum at the 42-yard line as the tackle going to be credited to Diego Ariano, but a good return for the Wildcats. 1st and 10 for the Cats up at the 43. So good field position for the Cats.
Gonzalez really tried to fight. He tried to find a way around. Then he cut through. He thought he saw a block that may give him some room, and just not enough room. Ended up being swallowed up, but still not bad field position for Lovington to work with. 3:23 left in the third quarter. Plenty of game left to play.
They ooch it back to the 42-yard line officially. So going to put 3 tight ends on the right side, single receiver to the left, and they're going to toss it out to Ochoa. He gets a block. He's to the 50, to the 40, and pushed out of bounds at the very last second by Angel Hernandez. It looked like he was going to block that one. There's 8. There's 18, 19, 21 yards, and move the chains. First down, Cats.
Yeah, and he was pushed up, by Angel Hernandez, as you said. If not for him, that could have been an end zone run. Man,
it would have been,
nice. Yeah.
Hernandez with good speed belies the big kid. 5'9", 180-pound
when he gets
running back and linebacker.
When he gets that train rolling, it's good.
Top of it to Ochoa, left side as he cuts it back up the middle over the center. Is hit behind the line, but he'll get back to the line. No gain, 2nd down and 10.
Tackle by number 1, Hernandez.
So Hernandez on the tackle again. I think maybe they've got Hernandez acting almost as a spy on Cameron Ochoa.
Lovington really needs to score on this possession. They just need to answer that last touchdown by Santa Teresa.
2nd and 10. 3 tight ends to the left side, single wide receiver. And they'll hand it off again. Ochoa up the middle, and again, well, he's met that time by Bowron after a 2, maybe a 3-yard gain as Bowron just stands him up. Textbook tackling, a 2-yard gain, but now it's 3rd down and 9. So 3rd down and 9. So you got to think maybe, even though they haven't done it much, just a little pass out into the flat or something. 3rd and 9, 2:09 to go in the third quarter. Lovington trailing Santa Teresa 38-23. Twins left, twins right. Aranda with it, 3-step drop. Pressure comes, steps up in the pocket, flings it down the far left sideline, and that one is going to be intercepted off of a tip. And so it becomes almost like it's an INT. Comes like a long punt, and the INT is going to go into the hands of number 12, Logan Ratliff. The intended target down there was Gonzalez. So they'll be fairly deep in their own territory, but not how you wanted that promising drive to end.
No, it would have been nice to see that caught and then gone into the end zone. Not going to happen this time, but a minute 40 line left to play in the third quarter, and then all of the fourth, but Lovington can't keep pushing it back. They need to act on this and try to get one of those scores back as soon as they can.
As coming in late with the play is going to be Ediano, who's taken over at the running back, and they hand it to Ediano, and he tries left side, and he's hit behind the line and driven backwards. Great job by the Lovington line. Pardon me, that was Hernandez, number 1. And the line did their job right there.
They certainly did.
Shot the gap, too. Also getting a part of that one was number 22, Anson Marquez. And wow, they're going to say he got back to the line. I thought for sure he'd lost a couple of yards. So no gain, and it's 2nd down and 10. $1:20 to go in the third, a 15-point lead for Santa Teresa. Twins left, twins right. Lovington, nobody over the top. They're going man coverage and bringing everybody else. Hand it to Ediano, and no, that's going to be Bumgarner keeps it himself, and he squirts through to the 40, to the 50, to the 40-yard line, 45-yard line in Lovington territory.
Shades of the first half coming back to haunt Lovington here with the running game that they just were not able to stop in that first half.
43 yards on the gain. Matthew Garcia brings him down. That is the 15th first down of the ball game. 168 yards on the ground for Bumgarner. And it'll be 1st and 10 for Santa Teresa out of the shadow of their own goalpost. 45 seconds to go. Santa Teresa on the march, leading by 15. Lovington's defense needs a stop here. Santa Teresa trying to stretch it back out. At one point they led this one by 28. Trips to the right, one to the left. High snap, hand it off, and just into the middle is going to be Ediano on in relief. He's going to get a couple of yards out of that one, his second carry of the ball game, and it'll be 2nd down and 8. And I have a feeling they're just going to let this one run down to the end of the quarter, as yes they will, as we have come to the end of the 3rd quarter, heading to the 4th. It's the Cats with some work to do. They trail Santa Teresa 38-23. We are back in 1 minute for the 4th on Z94 KZOR. Start of the 4th quarter here at Wildcat Stadium. It is going to be a 2nd down and about 8 to go for Santa Teresa. They lead our Wildcats by 15. I'm TJ Miracle. Don Morgan patrols the field side. Evie Stuber in studio engineering and producing. So 2nd down and 8, a 15-point hole. Lovington's defense that's not quite in must-take-it-away territory yet, but we get another minute or two into this one, it's going to be. Santa Teresa is going to be in run clock and spend time mode, you've got to think. Trips to the right, one to the left. Gardner will hand it off to Hernandez. He bounces it left side, gets away from one. He puts his shoulder down and crosses the 40 down to the 38-yard line. He loses his helmet, so he's going to have to come out for a play. He's going to gain. He's going to be close to the first down, and yep, he does get enough for the first down. So 8 yards for Angel Hernandez. And it'll move the chains, but he'll have to come out for a play because the lid came off. So ball spotted at the 36-yard line. 1st down and 10 for Santa Teresa. As Lovington will look over to the sideline. The defensive signal going to come in. Trips right, one to the left. Clock continues to move, 11:20 to go. A little misdirection. Bumgarner keeps it. Lovington doesn't fall for it. He is swarmed in the middle after just a 3-yard gain. Nice job by the Cats, and coming in and getting the initial hit was Adam Ramirez from his safety position. So it's a 2-yard gain from Bumgarner.
Yeah, it was definitely a good job sniffing that one out by Lovington D, and didn't fall for the fake on that.
No, they didn't. 2nd down and 8. But we are under 11 minutes to play in the ball game. Santa Teresa is going to be eating as much clock as they can, and if they score, it's just going to be an added bonus.
Lovington look to shake the ball loose if they can get that.
Bumgarner rolls to the right. He's going to throw it to a man in the flat all by himself. Across the 30 to the 25. It'll be enough for the first down, as that was Ediano. Oh, it was 0. Okay, thank you. That was Barcelou.
Right.
His first catch of the night is good for 9 yards, and it is a first down for Santa Teresa, their 17th of the ball game.
Pass was complete to Ariano.
So it'll be first down and 10 for Santa Teresa from the 24-yard line. Again, they're just methodically moving the football. 4 receivers set from the far hash. Handed off to Hernandez, starts at right, bounces back to the left, crosses the 15 down to the 14-yard line. They're going to say his knee goes down at the 15, so officially a pickup of 9 for Hernandez. 159 on 19 carries. And this is the kind of offense that you hate to see when you're trailing by 2 scores, because they're moving it fairly efficiently, but more importantly, they're grinding time, Dawn.
Yeah, exactly. Lovington is just, they can't be so quiet. They've really got to just try to shake things loose, maybe get that ball back.
Triple tight ends to the left side, handed to Hernandez. He'll go right side, and he just puts the shoulders down and bowls forward to the 10-yard line before he's met by a host of Wildcats, including Jose Ornelas, and also on the stop again, Adam Rodriguez. But it'll be a 5-yard gain for Hernandez, and it's another first down for Santa Teresa. 164 yards on 20 carries for Hernandez.
Yeah, and they've eaten, I mean, this has been a very long offensive possession for Santa Teresa. They've eaten a lot of clock with this.
Yeah, we're down to just 9 minutes remaining in the ball game by the time they get this one snapped. Trips left, 1 to the right. Hernandez is the lone back. First and 10 from the 12, and whistle sound. That should be a false start on Santa Teresa. So they have a penalty, and that's their 6th penalty for just 50 yards. But it'll move them back 5 yards, so make it first and 10 now from back at the 15-yard line. First and 15 from the 16, pardon me. Yeah, at the 16, they can get a first down without a touchdown. Here's what hurts, though, is the clock continues to move. So first and 15 from the 16, trips left, 1 to the right. As whistles sound, and Coach G going to take his second time out of the ball game. 8:45 remaining in the game. Santa Teresa leads the Cats 38-23. Back in a minute on Z94 KZOR. Welcome back to Wildcat Stadium out of the Lovington timeout. It is first down and 15 from the Wildcat 16. The Desert Warriors trying to get this back up to a 3-score lead. Lovington going to do anything they can as they snap it high, and Bumgardner just has to keep it himself as he's bobbling it. Can't give it to Hernandez and falls forward to the 15-yard line. It is just a 1-yard gain. It's a second and 14 now from the 15. 171 on 19 carries from Bumgardner. But that's just kind of the night it's been. A high snap turns into a 2-yard gain when, you know, you get the feeling it happened to us, it'd probably wind up being a 10-yard loss.
Right. And, you know, Lovington, it's not good enough to stop at this point. They're 2 scores behind. They've got to turn things around. They've got to shake things up.
Hand it off to Hernandez, starts it to the right, bounces it back left, and just backs towards the 10-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 5 for Hernandez, and so now it'll be third and 10. Yes, it was. Make it 3rd and 9. 169 rushing yards for Angel Hernandez. So now 3rd down and 9, and they are in field goal territory. They're up by 15. A field goal would make it 18, which would make it a 3-possession ball game.
And that would make it very tough for Lovington
Yes,
to
it
be able
would.
to achieve with under 7 minutes.
Yeah, 7.5 to go,
Yeah,
and just
now
one
it's
timeout
7.5,
left.
but if they were to do that, it'd probably take some more off the clock.
Yes, it would. So 3rd down and 9. They're going to go jumbo package up on the front. Bumgardner looks to pass, has time, goes to the corner of the end zone, and he threads the needle to Navarrete, and it is in there for the Santa Teresa touchdown. It's 10 yards to Navarrete, his 2nd catch of the night, and that makes it 44-23 in favor of the Desert Warriors. There was coverage over there, Dawn. I couldn't catch the number, but reached out and just couldn't quite get a fingertip on it. I think it might have been Garcia.
Yeah, well, I couldn't tell if it was Matt
Garcia or maybe
6,
Marquez
maybe
or maybe Thompson. Yeah.
Maybe Thompson looked like 6 or maybe 9.
So Ratliff to attempt the point after to make it an 18-point ball game. And so the snap is good, the hold is good, the kick is up, and it is good. 7:15 remaining in the ball game. Santa Teresa 45, Lovington 23. Back in a minute. Wildcat football continues on KZOR. Back here at Wildcat Stadium, another score for the Santa Teresa Desert Warriors as they will drive it 90 yards into the end zone, capped off with a 10-yard touchdown pass from Jack Bumgardner to Navarrete. The point after by Ratliff is good, and now it's up to a 22-point lead for Santa Teresa. And so Ratliff to kick it away again. He'll put the boot into it. And it's going to be fielded back at the 10. Coming across to the 15, to the 20, to the 25 is Thompson, out to the 30, 35 before he is brought down by a host of Warriors, including Hector Reyes. So 1st and 10 from the 35, but now if Lovington has a hurry-up offense, Don Morgan, they are going to have to kick it into gear right now.
And they have shown that they can do that hurry-up offense and do that successfully. So they need to try to march down the field, taking as little time off of the clock as they can, and try to start getting some of these scores back.
Twins left, twins right. It looked like it was all going Lovington's way, and then a blocked punt that turned into a touchdown hurts him. Gonzalez goes in motion right to left. Aranda rolling left to over that way, and he is going to be trapped up in the backfield. Tosses it, somehow finds Anson Marquez up at the 45-yard line as he winds up getting close to what he needs for the 1st down. I don't know where Marquez came from, and I don't know how Aranda stayed away from Navarrete, but he does. And he gets it complete for 10 yards and move the chains. 1st down, Cats.
Yeah, he managed to just short arm that pass and find his man, release it just in time.
2nd catch of the night for Marquez. And now Randa rolls out. He's going to throw it far side. It'll be complete to Marquez again. And he's going to pick up another 5. And so Marquez has his 3rd catch of the night. And the Lovington Wildcats are going into hurry-up mode.
They are.
So 2nd down and 5 inside Santa Teresa territory. Twins left, twins right. 6:43 remaining in the ball game. Lovington with a lot of time to go as they'll get off to Ochoa. He's got a hole across the 40 to the 35 to the 30 and dives forward to the 28-yard line. Hammond Ochoa is going to move it down 26 yards and move the chains. Pardon me. As whistles sound and timeout going to be taken by Santa Teresa as, the Lovington train is rolling now. So we'll just keep it. Actually, let's take a 30-second timeout here. We're back in 30 seconds. 6:28 remaining in the ball game. Lovington on the march, but trailing 45-23. This is Wildcat football. Out of the Santa Teresa timeout, Lovington is on the march, and they have put in the hurry-up offense. They've got it 1st and 10 from the 27-yard line, make it the 26. On TJ Miracle up top, Don Morgan patrolling Brian Urlacher Field. Evie Stuber in studio engineering and producing. And so the hurry-up offense, where's this been? It seems like they're finally getting in a bit of a rhythm.
Yeah, I think they're
Twins left, twins left, twins right. As it'll be Aranda keeping it himself. Gets a block from Ochoa, crosses the 25, and is going to be ridden out by Ratliff after a gain of 2. But he gets out of bounds, and that's important because it'll stop the clock with 6:22 remaining here in the ball game. And Lovington facing a 22-point deficit. Not impossible to overcome, but they got to score fast, and then they've got to find a takeaway, an onside kick, something. So from the 24-yard line, 2nd down and 7 after the 3-yard gain officially. Aranda 107 on the ground. Ochoa, by the way, 183. Ochoa on the left shoulder in a 4-receiver set. They'll throw it across the middle, and dangerous pass, and overthrows the intended target. He was trying to get, is that Marquez? Yep, was trying to get.
Marquez.
Nope, that was Weiser, number 20. So incomplete. And a dangerous pass over Weezer's head, and guess who was back there? It was Bowron, kind of playing center field.
So was Freeze.
A 3rd down and 8 for the Wildcats, 6:17 remaining. They need to score and score quickly as Aranda brings in the play from the sideline. And I think a smart timeout by Coach Shea Vieira as it kind of broke the Cats' momentum a little bit.
Yeah, it did. It kind of cooled them off just a bit. They need to refire here.
Twins left, twins right. Aranda with it, 3-step drop, pressure comes. Going to roll near side, looks downfield, throws off the back foot into the corner and out of the reach of his intended target, Ochoa. So incomplete, and so now it is 4th and go time for the Cats. They've got to go for it. I don't think they've got any choice in the world here.
No. You got to wonder, maybe a rollout, maybe, a quarterback keeper. I mean, that was really effective in the third quarter.
I would roll it to the far side, though, so he's got a little more room to operate.
Right.
Roll it to the left, even though Aranda is more, as a righty, really wants, it's more natural to roll to the right for him. And they will go for it. Ochoa on the right shoulder, trips to the left, 1 to the right. Aranda from the shotgun, barks out the signal. 3-step drop, make it a 5. Now he's going to be flushed. Rolls left, looks downfield, throws it across his body. Has a man. That is Weiser out across the 15 to the 14-yard line and move the chains. 1st down, Cats.
And Weiser had to do some fancy footwork there to try to make sure his feet were in bounds before he got out. That was a nice, really last-second toss under pressure to his left
1st and 10
by Aranda, and then a great catch and good body awareness by Weiser.
1st and 10 from the 14-yard line. Twins left, twins right. Low snap, handled it. Hand it to Ochoa. He's running to the right side, gets a block, crosses the 10, puts the shoulder down, and finally going to be knocked down at about the 7 by Ariano. And so he'll pick up 6, maybe 7. Yep, call it 7 yards to Ochoa. He's got 190 on the ground. 2nd down and 3. Cats in hurry-up mode. 5.5 minutes to play. 2nd and 3 from the 6. Snap. And Aranda keeps it himself. Gets a block. Crosses the 5 down to the 4-yard line. He should have enough for the 1st down. It'll depend on the spot. They're telling him, hurry up, hurry up, hurry up. Nope, they're only going to give him 2 on the play. And so it'll be 3rd down and less than a yard to go. But they need to move and move fast. Inside the red zone, inside the 5-yard line. Ochoa shifts around to the left shoulder. 4-receiver set. Aranda rolls left side as he is under pressures. Jumps backwards, still going, tries to turn the corner. He will. Reaches out, dives for the pylon, and is going to step out at the 2-yard line, but gets enough for the 1st down and move the chains. 1st down, Cats, 1st and goal from the 2. So a big run. They needed the touchdown, but now it'll be 1st and goal from the 2-yard line. So now they need to punch it in quickly. Only 4:49 to go in the ball game. A 22-point deficit, and then they've got to get the onside kick. So the Cats are going to spread it out. Ochoa on the right shoulder this time in a 4-receiver set. Sinweiser in motion from the left to the right. They're going to roll it to the right side. Looking, tossing, and into the end zone. And 6 on the board. Touchdown, Wildcats. As the pass going to be completed to number 7, Matthew Garcia. His 3rd catch of the night, but that's a biggie. Makes it 45-29 and keeps the Cats' hopes alive. So now I think if you're Coach G, you are just going to attempt the extra point. And nope, he's going to keep Aranda out there. They're going to go for two to get it down to a 14-point ball game. Okay, that makes sense. So to get it to a 14-point ball game, and then it'll be an onside kick that will ensue. 45-29 the score, the point after to come.
4:41 left to play in the game.
So the ball will be spotted at the far hash mark as the hands team that's not already out there getting ready on the sidelines. And the Cats will go for 2 to make it a 14-point ball game. Twins left, Twins right. Aranda sends a man in motion. That is Gonzalez. He'll go back to the slot, right side. Aranda looks that way, throws, corner of the end zone, and put 2 more on the board. Gonzalez will get it, and with 4:41 remaining in the ball game, the Cats have cut it back again. 45 Santa Teresa, 31 Lovington. Don't miss a minute. We're back in a minute on KZOR. The Cats drive at 68 yards down the field in hurry-up mode, and it is capped off by the 2-yard touchdown pass from Ashton Aranda to Matthew Garcia. The 2-point conversion to Cesar Gonzalez is good, so the Cats still have a pulse with 4:41 remaining in regulation against Santa Teresa, 45-31. It's onside kick time now, Dawn Morgan, and Santa Teresa going to have everybody up close. So let's see what Lucas Contreras can do. See if he bounces it right into the front line or if he tries to do that little pooch that's just going to go over that front line out to about the 35-yard line and see if he can give his gunners a chance to get down there on it. That has become more common over the last couple of years.
Right, instead of that just a little squib kick that
the little
stays
slide
squiggles on the
bouncer
ground,
thing, yeah.
right, just spins around.
Of course, it does have to go 10 yards before the Cats can fall on it.
Right.
So Contreras looks like he's going to kick it to the far side. He'll bounce it, try to get the high bounce. He does, but it'll be controlled. No, it is loose.
Oh, they got it.
Back. The Cats got the onside.
Wildcats have it.
As a man over there tried to get it as Navarrete bobbles it, and the Cats come up with the football, and the Cardiac Cats have returned on the 2nd of September at homecoming. The Cats still breathing with 4:37 to go in the ball game.
Yeah, it took a funny bounce way high, and the Warrior just couldn't hang on to it. Bounced off his hand on the turf, and then Lovington fell on it.
So from the 48-yard line, all right, they've got the first part of things they needed to go right. Now they need to score quickly, just 4.5 minutes remaining. Hurry up offense will be on the field. Twins left, Twins right. From the shotgun is Ashton Aranda from the 48-yard line inside their own territory. Aranda rolls near side, looks downfield, throws it across his body, and just leads Gonzalez a little bit far, incomplete, under pressure from a couple of Desert Warriors, including Bowron and also Eddie DeSantiago, and number 12 is Ratliff. So it stops the clock, 2nd down and 10. 4.5 to go and a 14-point lead for Santa Teresa. But Lovington falling back by 28 points. May just be too much in the end for them to come back from. But
14 points down right now, 4:31 left on the clock.
But they're still fighting. Twins left, Twins right. Hurry up offense on the field, hand it off. And up the middle, Ochoa going to be at the 50 before he is met and driven backwards. So call it a 3-yard gain for Cameron. 183 on the ground for Ochoa. So the hurry-up offense is in effect. 3rd down and 7, although not that important. Aranda wings it near side, has it complete to Garcia at the 46-yard line. He's going to be short of the first down. He's going to pick up 5 to Garcia.
Matt Garcia reached up and brought that down against defensive pressure from Arellano.
But it all comes down to a 4th down and 3 to go. And Santa Teresa takes a timeout. They want to talk about it. We will keep it right here. And again, Coach Shea Vieira trying to slow down what he feels is a heating up Lovington offense. Lovington Wildcat football here on Z94 KZOR Hobbs Lovington. Brought to you by the good folks at Devon Energy, Lovington Auto Supply, Lovington Schools, Eunice Pump and Supply, Bob's Thriftway, the Lee County Electric Cooperative, Mann Welding, and Stone Oilfield Services. Of course, don't forget, we got your Stone Oilfield Services post-game show coming up immediately following the conclusion of this one. And a final coming in. Another Lee County game tonight. The Hobbs Eagles victorious 51-7 tonight over Roswell High. And, of course, it'll be the Battle of Lee County next week with the Hobbs Eagles coming into town for the first time in 4 seasons on the blue turf. Looking forward to that. Of course, looking forward to the conclusion of this one. The Cats, I think, are trying to make me lose my voice and also give me cardiac arrest up here in the booth. And I think everybody who stuck around after they went back down by 21, a lot of folks headed for the exits, but they may be missing a classic here. From the 45-yard line, do or die time, 4th down and 2. Out of the Santa Teresa timeout, the Cats trail by 14. Trying to keep their drive alive, and movement on the line. Did they have them set yet? That'll be the question. Yep, it'll be false start on Lovington. 17th penalty on the Cats for 175 yards. So now it just means you got to get a few more of them if you're going to get that first down. So from 4th and about 2 to 4th and 7. The situation does not change. The Cats have to get 7 yards and a first down to keep this drive alive. Trips left, 1 right. Good snap, Aranda with it, rolls left side, and false start again on the Cats. Oh, no. And it will be false start. Yep, somebody on the line, or maybe one of the receivers jumped. Ugh, you hate to see that. We're going the wrong way. 4th and 2 is a lot more appealing than 4th and 12, but that's what the Cats are facing back at their own 45-yard line now. They've got to get it to the Santa Teresa 43. So send trips to the left, 1 to the right. It's Garcia by himself to the right. Thompson in the slot left side. Low snap, Aranda handles it. Pressure comes. Ashton backpedals, tosses off the back foot, puts it up, fight for it, and it'll be in and out of the hands of Gonzalez as Cesar Gonzalez had to climb the ladder but comes up empty and over on downs. It'll be Santa Teresa football. So Santa Teresa looks like they will escape in this one, but Lovington is going to have to force a turnover. Santa Teresa can afford to just get a couple of first downs and probably run things out here. 3.5 to go. They can't just go into victory formation, but over on downs. And so Santa Teresa will take over with good field position too with the Lovington 45. 3.5 minutes remaining in the ball game. A 28-point deficit early, just too much for the Cats to overcome. Twins left, Twins right. Bumgarner still the quarterback from the shotgun. High snap, handles it, hands it off to a new back in the ball game who's going to just drive forward and get some yards, as that'll be number 22, Ayel Saldana. So Saldana is going to pick up 9 on his first carry of the ball game, and it'll be 2nd down and 1. I would have expected Santa Teresa to take a lot more time off the clock, but there's still 20-plus seconds on the play clock as they come up to the line. Now they may take a little bit more time. So 2nd down and 1. Saldana still the running back. Baumgartner is still the quarterback. He'll direct traffic. High snap, handed off to Saldana, and he is going to be hit, but I think they're going to give him forward progress.
Back. They're going to get him forward momentum and give him a first down.
I think he's going to be close. Nope, they're going to say he's short, so no gain on the play.
I was afraid. I think that's how it should go. He shouldn't have gotten it, but I was afraid that they were going to give him forward momentum before he got pushed back. But I don't think he stayed there long enough. No. He immediately got pushed back.
He did, and so they're going to send Hernandez back in the game. I think you can pretty much bet what the play call on this one is. Probably Hernandez over the right side. That seems to be where he likes. He's lining up on the left shoulder, but he's going to be going, probably, I would guess, over that right tackle. And that's exactly what he does. He cuts it back to the center, and he is gone 20-15, 10-5, and he is into the end zone, and that will pretty much end the night. 36 yards for Angel Hernandez, his 3rd touchdown of the night, and that gives him 205 yards rushing on the night and 3 touchdowns. Sorry I missed that on the camera, folks.
Again, he just really squeaked through. He got a good block, and I didn't see who that. He got a seam opened up for him, and he just went right through, and he was gone. So slippery, so quick, before anybody could stop him.
So 51-31. There's still time on the clock, still 2:01. Anything can happen, but that one just feels like it might be the end of it, and I think the Lovington fan base is thinking that too, as a lot of folks starting to head for the exits as the point after is up, and it is good. So with 2 minutes and 1 second remaining in the ball game, it's Santa Teresa 52, Lovington 31. Back in a minute on KZOR. It's a 45-yard drive for Santa Teresa, capped off by the 3rd touchdown run of the night for Angel Hernandez. And then the point after by Ratliff is good. Makes it 52-31 in favor of the Desert Warriors as they are trying to ruin homecoming for the Wildcats. Good kick fielded back at the 10 to the 15 to the 20, 25. Stutter step up to the 30 as Thompson still on his feet across the 35 out to the 37-yard line. And flags fly.
Flag down.
Good return by DeMarcus Thompson. And depending on that, this could go either way. Usually when you have a penalty like that, it could be a block in the back or more than likely unsportsmanlike conduct, and it will be personal foul face mask against the Desert Warriors. That's their 7th penalty of the night for 65 yards. So tack 15 more onto it. Not out of the realm of possibility that Lovington could strike and strike quickly enough here to at least entertain hopes of a 2-minute, now a minute 50 comeback. Not likely, but anything can happen. That's why you play till the final gun. Twins left, twins right. Aranda from the shotgun. 3-step drop and whistle sound, and I think we got another false start on the Cats. And nope, we're actually going to have timeout taken by Santa Teresa, so they take their final timeout. So, Dawn Morgan, some impressions from tonight as we'll just keep it right here.
Well, just a little too late. If Lovington had shown the spark that they did in the third quarter, in the second quarter, then this game may have been completely different. But unfortunately, they were down so far at half, and then they came out, had a really good third quarter. It looked like they were in business. They came so close, within a score. And then kind of lost their footing and their momentum again. I can tell you a couple of timeouts, strategic timeouts by Santa Teresa really were effective and kind of cooled Lovington off at some critical moments in that comeback in the third quarter.
Well,
and in the fourth.
Yeah, they were in the fourth. So Lovington football, 1st and 10 from the Santa Teresa 48. 1:49 remaining in the ball game. You got to think pretty much now you're going to be shooting for big chunks of yards fast. Twins left, twins right. Ochoa in the backfield. Send Ochoa in motion. Aranda under pressure, dumps it underneath. Has it to Gonzalez. He's across the 40 to the 35, and he'll be brought down right at the 35. It'll be good for 13 yards and a Wildcat first down, their 13th of the ball game. 13 yards to Gonzalez, his 3rd catch of the night. Lovington in the hurry-up offense. Good snap, Aranda with it. Has time, steps up in the pocket. Now he's going to get flushed. Rolls left, throws it across his body, has a man. That's going to be across the 20 to the 15 and down inside the 15 to the 10-yard line. So 26 yards on the completion. Turn around, young man, so I can see your number. And that's going to be to Thompson. So Thompson, 26 yards and move the chains. Another first down for the Cats. So 1st and 10 from the 11. Cats going for the end zone. Aranda comes near side. Pump fake. Now he's going for the back of the end zone. Jump ball. And Gonzalez catches it, but he is out of bounds in the corner of the end zone. And flag's going to fly. I think something got said. So it'll stop the clock. I think maybe one of the Santa Teresa players said something to Gonzalez down there. Or maybe Gonzalez said something to one of the Santa Teresa players. But that flag came out emphatically as the players were heading back to the huddle. And, yep, they're pointing at Santa Teresa. I have a feeling we're going to have unsportsmanlike conduct on the Desert Warriors. So let's see. It will be unsportsmanlike conduct on the Desert Warriors, half the distance to the goal.
And
it'll be an automatic first down.
Yep.
7th, make that the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9th penalty for 70 yards, Santa Teresa. So now it'll be 1st and 5 from the 6-yard line, half the distance to the goal. Ball going to be on the far hash mark. 1:04 to play in the ball game. Lovington going to try and get another touchdown quickly and then get another onside kick. As trotting in from the sideline is Ashton Aranda bringing the play in. For the Cats, 15 seconds on the play clock. But the clock stopped, nothing to worry about. They've still got one timeout should they choose to use it. So send a man in motion from the left to the right. That's Weezer. Aranda with time, steps away from pressure, steps up in the pocket, tucks it, runs it, cuts it back, stretches it out, and put it in the end zone. 6 on the board, touchdown Wildcats. Ashton Aranda will take it in from the 6-yard line and make it 52-37. His second rushing touchdown of the night. And now the point after to come. And another onside kick is going to be prepared on the sideline. So again, I'm like you, Don. I'm thinking too little, too late, but the Cats, to their credit, never came up. Just way too many mistakes in that first half to overcome. And Santa Teresa, give them credit. You know, they never went away either. They kept playing and fighting, even when it looked like the momentum was going the way of the Cats.
Yeah, the Cats have had a much better second half, and yes, they have been fighting.
They are going to go for 2 as Aranda starts it left, spins it back to the right, and he's going to just run it in for his own 2-point conversion. 54 seconds to go in the ball game, and the onside kick to come. It's 52-39. Santa Teresa in the lead. Wildcat football continues in 1 minute on KZOR Hobbs Lovington. The Lovington Wildcats take it 45 yards, capped off by a 6-yard touchdown run by Ashton Aranda. The 2-point conversion is good, so now the Cats trailing 52-39, a 13-point lead. We are under a minute to play. The Cats will attempt the onside again. They got it a minute ago. Can they do it again to keep hope alive as Contreras gets the bounce? Another high bounce. Santa Teresa, though, going to basically tackle each other to make sure that they get it, and now they can pretty much just sit on the ball and run the clock out on this one, Dawn Morgan.
Yeah, it's this is just about it for Lovington again. Boy, I tell you what, it just looked and felt so good there in that third quarter, coming back, and Lovington able to, you know, to bring it back and to play for pride. And it's just a shame that it didn't happen just a little bit sooner. They just dug a hole that was too deep during that first half.
Yeah, they certainly did. Lovington has won the second half, but unfortunately they were so far down in the first half it doesn't matter. So it'll be 1st and 10 from the 48-yard line. Santa Teresa going to go into victory formation. And seriously, we're going to throw a flag on victory formation for false start. And actually we're going to have too many men on the field penalty.
Yeah. Well, there was a man, he was trying to hustle off and he didn't get off in time. Yeah.
Got to make those counts, and so that'll back him up 5 more yards. 1st and 15, but victory formation time. As up under center. Or is he going to? Nope, he's going to stay in the shotgun, and so kneeling it down. And they put in, it's still Bumgarner. I hate to write down kneel downs, and he's going to lose 5 yards. 166 yards, and he will have to kneel it down one more time to end the ball game. So it looks like our final tonight is going to be Santa Teresa 52, Lovington 39. The Cats will fall to a disappointing 0-3 on the season, with a red-hot Hobbs Eagles squad coming in next week. And another kneel down for Bumgarner. And so that will end this ball game unless Lovington's going to take its final timeout. It will not, as the clock will strike midnight on the Wildcats' homecoming of 2022. Santa Teresa makes the long drive from down around El Paso and spoils the homecoming night tonight, 52-39. We'll return in 3 minutes for your Stone Oilfield Services postgame show. This is Wildcat Football on KZOR. Welcome to your Stone Oilfield Services postgame show here at Wildcat Stadium. The Cats fall homecoming tonight, 52-39 to the Santa Teresa Desert Warriors. I'm TJ Miracle, Don Morgan Fieldside. We'll have our coaches' conversation coming up in a couple of minutes. Let's go ahead and take a quick look at the numbers in this one. We'll start with the victorious Santa Teresa Warriors as their quarterback Jack Bumgardner goes 5 of 12 for 75 yards, 1 touchdown, and no interceptions. As Navarrete, 2 catches, 12 yards, but it had that 10-yard touchdown. Ratliff, 2 catches, 54 yards. On the ground, that's pretty much what Santa Teresa did, as Angel Hernandez carries the ball 22 times for 205 yards and 3 touchdowns. Jack Bumgardner, the quarterback, carries 21 times for 161 yards. A couple other young men getting some runs in there. 10 penalties for 75 yards on the night. Santa Teresa had 19 first downs in the ball game. So 75 through the air, 378 combined on the ground, 453 total yards for Santa Teresa in the ball game, as they finish up with 52 points on the board, 14 in the first, 17 in the second, 7 in the third, and then that would be 14 in the fourth quarter. Turning the page for your Lovington Wildcats as Ashton Aranda tonight finishes up 11 of 29, 1 touchdown and 1 interception. That touchdown, a 2-yard strike to Matthew Garcia in the third quarter, as Garcia was the leading receiver tonight with 30 receiving yards on the ground. Cameron Ochoa, 19 carries, 183 yards, 2 touchdowns. He had a whale of a ball game. Ashton Aranda, 18 carries, 119 yards, and he had 2 touchdowns as well. So total for tonight, you've got 86 through the air, 304 on the ground, 390 total as we take you down for our Bob's Thriftway Coaches Conversation. Don Morgan with Coach G.
You know what, at halftime, Coach, down really far, dug a big hole. You talked about your team responding, coming back in the second half. And, wow, you guys really did. A little too it was too much, too far to go, but you just told your team in the huddle that they responded, and you were proud of them for that.
Yeah, I mean, they're a really good football team. I mean, they're ranked number 7 in Class 5A and knew that they were going to be tough coming in. And, just that first half is just, that's uncharacteristic of Wildcat football. And at the end of the day, that's on me, because we know how to finish. We came out in the second half, and I don't know that we had one single penalty, and so they want to win. They're hungry. They're doing everything that we asked them to do. We just got to be able to control our emotions at the beginning of this thing, and I think we would have been in a better position. At the end of the day, I think they're playing unbelievably hard, and that's what we're asking them to do. And I know that they get tired of hearing it, but playing these really good opponents, it's going to make us better later on down the road when we get into district play. Just really wanted that bad for them. So, again, it's not a matter of not playing hard. I mean, watching Ashton Aranda in the second half take ownership of his offense and get things going, gosh almighty, I mean, unbelievable. And there were some great big plays. Cameron Ochoa hadn't been taking a whole lot of reps at running back. He steps in there at running back tonight, makes some great big plays. Kid's only a sophomore, playing on the defensive side of the ball. Adam Ramirez did some really good things on the defensive side of the ball. We created some depth, which is something that we worked on this week. So we just got to use it to keep getting better moving forward.
Yeah, they played so much differently in that second half than they did in the first. And you're right, they stepped up all over the place, offensively, defensively. And you ended up with much better offensive production in this game than any other game so far this season. Do you think that putting 39 points on the board, even in a losing effort, is going to give this team a lot of confidence moving forward into next week and to the rest of the season?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, that's kind of been our struggle the past 2 weeks, obviously. Playing really good opponents, but we've been struggling to get into the end zone, and so obviously that's going to give us some great confidence coming into this next week, and
knowing that they can come from behind to do it as well.
Absolutely. We just need to come out and start the game that way, because at the end of the day, I don't know that we've had a team here that's been good enough to come out here and start the way that we've started and being able to win a football game that way. And so again, we just got to get our guys to get started faster and eliminate penalties, and it'd be a lot different story at the end of the game. Again, that's on me. That's not on our kids.
Some pretty good grace under pressure there at times as well. Hurry up offense. You guys do that really well. Unfortunately, Santa Teresa picked up on that. The coach called a couple of strategic timeouts and really kind of chilled you down on it. But, man, no, you guys were really rolling.
Yeah. I mean, again, from an offensive standpoint, I thought Ashton Aranda approached the situation like he should have, and like we know that he can, and then obviously getting in that situation, you don't get into an onside kick situation very much in a football game, and we rep it. And so we had great confidence. Our special teams responded. We needed to go for 2 in a couple of those situations. We responded. So there was a lot of things that we did this evening. Again, when we get in those situations later on down the road, we're going to be ready. Lucas Contreras kicked 2 great onside kicks. And we did it off of their alignment. They aligned different, and so we ended up changing it, and he did a good job recovering it. So there's some good things at the end of this thing. But, again, I just really wanted that bad for our kids.
You were able to change things up a lot. You kind of mixed things up. It wasn't a total, air game. You ran and did that successfully at times, moved the chains. So, being able to move back and forth, I think, from that kind of strategy from those plays to another, and be able to, launch some successful offensive drives off of that. Got to be good as well going into these other teams you're going to face, where you're going to have to do that. You're going to have offensive production out of passing and running situations.
Absolutely. And then I've got to do a better job. I'm the one that puts us in our defensive alignments on the field. And so, we felt like we had a great game plan coming into it. And then they made some adjustments and we're running some cutback and our kids weren't prepared for that. And that's on me. I'm the one that calls the defensive plays. So I'll do a good job. This is going to make me better. I wish I could have put our kids in a better situation defensively. But we're going to grow from it too, so.
They've got to be able to execute those, as well. So, and final question here too. You've got a couple of guys out with injuries. What's the report and status of those guys on Dallas and the other gentleman that's out? They didn't even suit up tonight or be on the sideline. How are they doing?
They're doing good. I try to keep them off of the sideline because it's a hectic environment. You know what I mean?
Okay.
And so I want those guys to recover. Being down here and chaotic and people going out of bounds this, that way, and the other,
At risk, puts them at risk.
Puts them at risk, and we need them back, and so.
When will that be, do you think?
Hopefully, all of our guys are day by day. I mean, there was probably a few of them that we could have suited up and taped them up, but at the end of the day, we don't need nagging injuries going forward. I don't need that. Our football team doesn't need that.
You want to get them healthy by district.
We need every one of our bullets in the gun, and so. It's hard. It's hard with those key guys out. Alec Holguin is out right now, and it's day by day with him. On Dallas, Cardenas, both of those guys right there are explosive, dynamic players on the offensive side of the ball, and the excuse me, defensive side of the ball. But at the end of the day, I don't want to put them in there and they're lame, and then it ends up making it worse. And so they're doing everything they possibly can to get back on this football field as quickly as possible. It crushes them that they're not out here being able to help, but they're attacking their treatment every single day, and we'll get them back when they're ready.
All right, thanks very much. Kind of a long interview, and thanks for being with us for this. And, of course, always at halftime. So good luck. Hobbs coming to the house first time in 4 years here on the blue turf. So good luck, and we'll be here with you.
Awesome. Thank you all for what y'all do for high school athletics and for these kids. We really do appreciate what you guys do. You don't get told that enough, but we appreciate you guys.
Well, thank you, and we love you guys and what you do as well. So good luck. Thanks, Coach.
All right, Dawn Morgan with the Bob's Thriftway Coaches Conversation tonight as the Wildcats fall to the Santa Teresa Desert Warriors. Our final again, 52-39. We are already running way late, so we will go ahead and start putting a wrap on this one. The Hobbs Eagles coming in next week. Lovington did win the second half, 32-21. Unfortunately, they were 24 points down, 28 points down going into the half. So just too little, too late, but they'll have another shot at it. And, hey, for sure that they're going to be up for the Hobbs Eagles coming into town next Friday night. Next Friday night, we will be on the air at about 6:45 for your Stone Oilfield Services pregame show, the kickoff at 7 o'clock right here on Z94 KZOR and also on the Lovington Sports YouTube channel. So with that, my friends, we will put a wrap on it. Santa Teresa came out on fire, and just too many penalties in the first half for the Wildcats to overcome as they fall to 0-3 on the season, 52-39. For Evie Stuber in studio engineering and producing, for Dawn Morgan fieldside at Brian Urlacher Field, I'm TJ Miracle saying so long from Wildcat Stadium. This has been an exclusive presentation of New Walmart Digital and One Radio Square Sports. Have a safe and happy Labor Day weekend, everybody. Good night.